for.
Uh-oh, here he goes. Mama, there go that man.
3-on-1 throw off, and Ashante Worthy will go to 50. Ashante Worthy will pitch back. A defender cuts through, and there's a flag. That might have been a horse collar. It may not matter. Mama, there goes that man. Gets into the 22.
And it's almost a win to finally get to him and get him down. But that's what I talk about when I talk about Ashante Worthy. Everybody talks about his speed, and rightfully so. He's one of the fastest, if not the fastest player, burst speed in the game. You can talk about his lateral movement, again, one of the best in the game. But look at the strength, the absolute pound for pound, probably strongest guy in this league. Imagine being able to keep your feet when a grown man running his full speed is trying to take you down from the horse collar. It's all Snags can do to catch up with him, and great play from Carlos Crosland to keep him from scoring a touchdown. But hey, great field position for BIC. Right. Start this game, 2 seconds off the clock. They're already in scoring range.
In my opinion, most of this game is going to be won or lost between the trenches. So I am 1,000% keeping an eye on those guys.
Interesting development, though. Trenches, there's only 2 offensive linemen on the field for BIC. Sterry Codrington is going to basically account for one of those 3 rushers.
As he should.
With his athleticism himself, which means there's 4 wide receivers out in the route.
I'm Matt Ryan. We'll be back to the action in the A7FL in just a moment, but I wanted to shout out one of our sponsors, BetterHelp. BetterHelp gives you access to licensed therapists, all within your flexibility of your schedule. With the playoffs going on, the 3-on-1 podcast, and my life outside of the A7FL, it's hard for me to make time for myself to do the things I need in a therapist's office. Luckily for me, my therapist can do video chatting with me online, and with BetterHelp, you can find help with video chat, audio chat, or text-based messaging within 48 hours in most cases on signing up, who can help you in your journey. So do the thing that you need to do to better your journey with BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/A7FL. That's betterhelp.com/A7FL for a special discount. And now, back to the action. And you see Trey Cohen in the slot, Bell in motion. He'll go in and pick up as a blocker. Codrington healthy for the first time this season. Will get to the 20-yard line, a gain of 2, and it will be second down.
J-Rock and Burton are able to meet him there, so he doesn't get any extra yards as pretty sure we thought he could have gotten.
And that's something that we've seen from the Huff playbook, Rob, is the wide receiver comes on the crack motion, pins the edge, and then did the slip. So great job from the U to see what that play was, that design was, and they were able to both cover Q Bell and corral Sterry, something that, Rob, you can attest to it, is not easily done. Way easier said, and even as I messed up saying it, way easier said than done, and a great job on first down to even stop a touchdown.
Gave him 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. The throw off the screen, that's to Cohen. Cohen will get to the 13-yard. Pardon me, that's Umar Lewis.
Yes, Umar Lewis.
The screen's so far back, that camera a little too far back.
Well, and both of those guys are so fast you can barely see their jersey number. And Sterry goes into the hurry-up.
And you see there, looking to dice up that front.
And that's what people are not noticing. There's a chess match going on right now that you don't see. And just take a look. Each piece is trying to move the exact way they need to get the opportunity to score in the other one. This is
interesting.
Crazy.
Umar Lewis, Sadiq Pitts is playing 12 yards off of him, it looks like.
And there's Jalen Crooms as well. And Codrington brought down at the 25.
And there's Rashad Knight, there's Burton, and there is J-Rock. And if you start in the chat, stop it now, because that's what you see. It's a great defensive pressure, stops a good quarterback, and these guys are getting into it early.
Too early.
But
Let's
that
keep it football.
That may exactly be what the BIC want. And we'll take a look here on the replay. Well,
they don't block Burton.
That's a terrible
block. They say that they're not going to block Burton, but it's the defensive ends getting off the block and containing Codrington that force him to step up right into Burton that get the sack.
Burton, he should be able to beat Burton one-on-one, but if his edge
guys
aren't blocking,
are getting the pressure and he's got to step up.
If his edge guys aren't blocking it, if you look, I'm not sure what J-Rock did here, but on the other side, he swatted those hands away, just smacked right out the way and walked right in.
And there's nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere
for him. Knight and J-Rock are there to get the sack if he rolls out, so he can only step up into Burton, the unblocked man, and it'll bring up 4th and long.
They'll be set up on the 25-yard line. Timeout called by the BIC.
And this
by the U.
This situation right here is exactly why even making the tackle on Ashanti Worthy on the 3-on-1, even if it's at the 20, is a great play when you're the coverage team. Because when you get those easy points, no time comes off the clock, and BIC sticks with the two-man line, they're going to allow one of these defensive linemen to get a free rush. It's going to be on Sterry Codrington to make that man miss, keep his eyes downfield, and either convert it on the run or the pass.
And you see the 4 wide receiver set. They'll keep with that on 4th and 11. Codrington in trouble. Codrington will roll out to his left. Throws. Tipped. No flag on that play.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the U. Kels Gallimore says he's strapped up Ashanti Worthy. The design of the play works perfectly. You got Sterry Codrington throwing the ball to the receiver that he wanted to, his go-to guy. And right now he's feeling it. And in a chance to convert the 4th, BIC turns the ball over. It'll be the U on offense.
Let's take a look.
It's right there.
Ooh.
Now, that's great play.
Defense. That's just
There's
great
nothing
defense.
really Ashanti Worthy can do better, but when you allow somebody to force you to
it's
roll
what
to your one
Ashanti
side,
expects from himself. Which is why his head is down on that sideline right now. He expects more from himself.
And here are key players for the Patterson U. Carlos Crosland. Usually starts a quarterback. That's Kareem Moon, Pat Coburn. There's Mims, Hardluck, and Marcus McKinney. And there's the handoff to Hardbody Marcus McKinney, and Hardbody will matriculate.
Oh my goodness!
4 yards to the 28.
Olay and Deshaun Johnson listen, they're going at it right now. And like I told you guys, I'm here watching the line, and that's where the game is going to be won. What happened last series? The line wasn't able to block.
They weren't even called into the game. There's 2 guys.
And guess what? That's still a line. Take a look at this. Burton with great pressure by Burton, but you got to make that tackle back there, Burton. And Olay gets taken to the nether realm.
Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Loading up that line again. It's thick boy season for the Patterson U. McKinney set up to the right of Kareem Moon.
Body
the
on
handoff,
body. There
and there's
it
the
is.
seam.
Body on body.
Big
oh
tackle,
my
and
goodness.
McKinney, after contact, gets to the 40-yard line. First down, Patterson.
And very rarely are we going to talk about an offensive play that shows exactly what it's like to play in the tough Northeast. But if you're going to win this game, whether you're BIC or any opponent in front of the U, you're going to have to bring it. And what we see is they're committed right now, at least on this first drive, to punch BIC, the defending champs, in their face with a big lineup, run the ball downhill with their biggest and most experienced running back. And if you're going to tackle Hardbody, you better bring it.
And I said it last game, and I got crucified for it. Size matters. And somehow, some way, even the beginnings of the game, you are able to get that push, and they're making BIC's defensive line and defensive linebackers look small. And with them looking this small, Hardbody is finding a nice pocket, a nice seam to run. It's not looking too good up front. It looks like they didn't correct any of the mistakes
that's the story
that
of our
happened
league
last
at
game.
times. These teams each year, where they're evolving into the more spread. So defense have adjusted, and you see the Olays, the Verardis, the smaller rush defensive linemen. Well, guess what? When your offensive lineman is looking that big, you better bring in some more size.
The snap, and there's the handoff, and that will be Darrell Luck.
That was phenomenal.
Pardon me, Willie Mayweather.
And that's how you're going to have to stop it. But if the U is committed to making that their offensive game plan, the commitment from BIC to stop the run is going to leave guys open, likely number 2 right there in the huddle, Boss, open on the play action if they're continuing to run the ball. This is the U offense that we've talked about for almost a decade, Rob. And if they're bringing it to BIC as they're showing so far, this is exactly what we expect in this game.
Right now, we're waiting on results from Baltimore as the Animals are taking on the Watchmen. And the handoff again, and that is Easterling. Willie Easterling finds the seam and gets brought down at the 35.
And like I said, if the game's going to be won in the trenches, it honestly doesn't matter which team. Whoever wins that battle is winning this game. And right now, the U look like they're a shoo-in.
And so far in the first 2 drives, we saw that the BIC are committed to spreading the ball out, and their athletes are going to win the game. The U are saying the opposite. Guess what? Everyone watching this in this booth in the world knows that 76 is going to lead you right to where the ball's going. He does,
sealed,
opens up a seam,
sealed,
and look at that lane.
Oh my God!
Olay, take it out.
My God! Deshaun Johnson takes Olay to the nether realm again.
That's further than the nether realm. He's going even beyond the quantum realm at that point.
Well,
First
it will
and 10.
be a quantum leap. The play action. Moon throws a dart.
Oh,
what a play!
Kason says no way. Is that Kason Campbell?
That is Kason Campbell.
That's Kason
Dakari
Campbell.
Mims, and if that's a one-on-one matchup, that's one of the best wide receivers, one of the best cover corners.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted, Kason Campbell can make
he made the switch from
wide
wide receiver to cornerback, and I'm not going to lie, that might be one of the best switches ever. He's been playing this since last chip game.
And more importantly, when the ball's a 50-50 ball, all you have to do as a defender is knock it down.
That's it.
And Kason Campbell did his job there, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, 8:11 left to play. Set up on the 35, the handoff, nope, and Moon will keep it.
Moon keeps it against
Moon finds
Verardi,
the
and he's
seam,
gone.
And he will run right at Kason Campbell. Looked like there was a flag thrown on the play, and we will get a first down if that one's pulled up.
And at that point, if your offensive line is giving you that much of a push, the D-line doesn't know who to look at anymore. Now they have to play honest.
And you
but
see
Moon is always able to
you
do
can
that.
see the frustration on Burton to your right. You can see them
Well,
little
he promised that it wasn't going to be more of the same. And you see here, they leave Verardi unblocked.
Burton
and
is
he
sealed.
cheats inside.
Oh, my goodness.
That is exactly how you run a quarterback choice option, chaos, Keno Thomas. And if you're going to watch somebody and learn how to play with that skill set, it's the guy playing quarterback for the U right now, Kareem Moon.
Sending 6, and that might be what the BIC need to do. They'll get him stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down. Darrell Luck on the carry.
And Big Mook on the stop on that one. I think that was SJ on the carry, actually, number 6. You know, these guys share jerseys, so it's tough.
That's Darrell Luck's jersey, and that's SJ wearing it, so that's great, Matt. Sorry about that.
It's not you,
There's Matt's favorite player in the world.
My God.
What's his name?
I forgot his name. That's Cody Mann.
I must paint him.
A.K.A. Pun.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to make some puns later about the TBS situation in the middle of the field.
Bobby Dempsey in the cut. 2nd and 11.
And Dot always being, you said it earlier, Corey, he's such a dangerous option right there.
When you overcommit to the run game, and they might have to stop him, especially with 76 pulling.
Coburn in motion.
There he is, wide
open.
Coburn's
free. Oh, my goodness.
He smoked him.
Wow.
It's not 4:20 on the clock, but it is somewhere. Touchdown, you.
Get that BIC out of here. For those who don't know the reference of that awesome celebration, a former BIC member puts the fist up,
that's Patrick
throws
Coburn's
it down,
initial
and puts
team.
the U right up.
Patrick
there
Coburn
were 2 guys
brung
open
the
on that play.
fist. Patrick Coburn brung the fist to BIC. So to watch that celebration, the first touchdown of the day is to him. He puts the fist up, he throws it on the ground, and throws up the U.
And if we get the replay there, what the BIC defense has to do is overcommit to the run because they've been exposed, and both Dot Boss completely uncovered, and Patrick Coburn, who made it look like he was going for the crack block on that play. And guess who throws the ball nice and easy for the easy? Look at how wide open Dot Boss is. No one covers him. K-Wack.
Kason was
call your boy.
No, Kason was covering Scat, but he bit.
On the play action.
Bit on the play action.
And when you see the crack motion, you have to.
Man.
And these championship points, as we learned last year in the championship, are huge. Dakari Mims wide open again with the crack motion.
Yeah, no.
And there it is.
Not the U making it look that easy. Not the U making it look that easy.
The A7FL is live here on A7FL.TV in DAZN, and we want you to be a part of the conversation. Join us here in the YouTube chat, and also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube. We're everywhere you are, and we want you to hang out with us as we continue to build the best in spring football. A little windy out there today. Beautiful weather, though, here in Asbury Park. I'm Matt Ryan, and there's the big reason why the U were able to establish the run.
Enormous reason.
And this is what it is. I know some teams are looking and saying, oh, BIC looks easy. Listen, styles make fights. Styles make fights.
They certainly do, and Ashante Worthy looking to be the right hook to the jaw to set things right.
And all they had to do last time to stop Ashanti Worthy was tackle him on the 3-on-1. So if they can do it here, then they can keep points off the board. But guess what? And we might talk about this in the later game. If you score a touchdown and have to throw it to this dangerous man, all that momentum
could go right out the window.
Yeah, 3-on-1 and
he
Worthy.
lets it fly.
That one will bounce inbounds at the 3-yard line. Ashante Worthy cuts to the sideline. He gets past two defenders. He gets past the third and finds his way to the 39.
And every time that man touches the ball, you're on the edge of your seat because he can take it every single time. But credit the 3-on-1 coverage team from the U, and hopefully we'll see Ashanti Worthy regroup and get back out there because they're going to need him based on what we've seen so far.
They're 1,000% going to need him.
The U come out early, punch BIC in their mouth, but it's going to be the athletes for BIC if they can answer.
And when we take a look at this game here,
it's about the style, man. There's not a lot of teams that can match up with BIC this way, where BIC's direct kryptonite is having big, athletic offensive linemen move
Rob,
those
in the history of our league,
guys.
have you seen 4 better blockers line up?
Yes. What are you talking about?
Unequivocally?
Yes.
I think the Miller brothers
What
have
are
shown
you're
right
asking me that? That's insane.
No, that's true.
Me, Fern, and Sully? That's insane, Corey.
But then the fourth guy is Stevenson as the H-back in the backfield. Here's Sterry.
The snap, screen, that's
good.
caught by Umar Lewis. Lewis finds a way past the defender, past another, and will gain about 5.
And go ahead, man.
It'll be second down.
The conversations I've had with players is guys like Umar, guys like Kason, guys like Q Bell have to step up in this game.
Flag on the play, and it's getting spicy out here.
It cannot be on just Ashanti and Sterry's back. Everyone has to step up to help them get this win.
And if you love playoff football, and you know people who love playoff football, send them the link. Let us know. Let them know the A7FL is live, and it's a championship-level game here today on the flag. We'll see what the flag was. I think it might have been an unsportsmanlike conduct. And we see here inside the huddle.
And just to correct myself, Fly Guy, because you're right, that offensive line that I had was by far the best that I've seen. But what we've seen from the U is not only do they have the Miller brothers and Dot Boss, they have 76 Stevenson playing that 4th blocker. And that's the offensive line that I'm talking about. And Rob, I would say that you're right on the 3.
And live.
Guess what?
And live. And live.
Right.
I'm telling you, that's the 4.
Well, one guy played in the NFL and one guy's named Skittles.
You sound like that.
The snap. Codrington in trouble, but he gets past the first level of defender. He will cut through, bounces around, and gets to the 50, and they'll get the first down.
And Amir Morris doesn't give up on the play and actually chases him down after the missed opportunity there. But Sterry will definitely get you going.
And they'll run a hurry up, send a player off. The snap. Codrington looking for a flag or some sort of call.
Looking for a player. Take off, Codrington.
He's brought down.
Wow, the miscommunication right now. It's looking like.
But if you're Sterry Codrington, you have no one to be upset about. He's hoping that it's a free play. So after a bad play and him getting sacked, when he had open receivers in the middle of the field, he's talking to the ref. He should be looking at himself in the mirror because on that play, if you don't see the yellow, you can't assume it's coming eventually. You can't call for it after the play, and you can't keep complaining for it after you get sacked.
It'll be 2nd and 16 here in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And there you see.
What is he looking for?
He's looking for the flag. He's saying it's a free play. What are you doing? But guess what? There's guys in the middle of the field that are wide open. Jalen Kroom is right there for the dump off. And if you're thinking that Rashad Knight's not going to come full force and get the sack on first down, then you're mistaken, Sterry. And he's one of the greatest players in our league, and he's obviously had the poise to win a championship and gotten this far this season with great statistical numbers.
As Kenny Stansberry is talking to Ryan Spadola. Do you feel like this is the brain fog that you've been alluding to pretty much for the better part of 2 weeks? You've been talking about this.
There's 2 things. The first thing is that if you're going to play the U, and you think that the 2 offensive lineman system, which we criticize all the time when we saw it in the new divisions, is going to work, what you have to do is you have to execute those open plays that are there when you have that extra rusher. The other thing is that if you're going to go straight, pass, get your quarterback into a little bit of a rhythm, or execute one of those designed runs that we saw in which out of the two-man line, we saw Q Bell go for the crack and then the slip, which they didn't get. So now Sterry's out of rhythm, and he's looking for the refs to give him a bailout.
Where's Courage?
Courage is
there.
here.
I know.
But you gotta go with the offensive coordinator is
And
saying
there's
to
a
do.
challenge on an illegal substitution.
That's
what the
problem?
call was? So the challenge of an illegal substitution.
Sterry might have been right by saying, hey, they didn't get all of their guys off of the field. But what you can't do is go into a play where you don't see the penalty flag and just assume that it's going to come because you scream for it.
Take off.
Or
He had
throw it to
should've
the
run.
open guys.
There was no one open. He looked too scared. Everybody was like kind of spread out. Take off.
There was guys-
Sterry's good for 6-7 yards running.
Well, when
Easy.
he's going like this, he's good for nothing. So yeah, take off, throw it to the open man, which I saw two of them at least in the middle of the field. Those guys could have scored.
When you take a look at the way this game's gone so far, is it the 5-week layoff?
It could be.
It
because
could be.
when we
It
look
could
at these
be.
teams, they're a lot more evenly matched than what the defensive line and the offensive line have shown on their first drive. But I'll say this, if we keep seeing the dominance from the offensive line from the U, and BIC has to overcommit to stop any run play, the play action is going to be open all day long.
And I think that's where I don't necessarily all the way agree. It might be the 5 weeks, but it's still the same thing that was going on the last time they played each other. There seems to be no adjustments made from the bully ball that the U was playing against BIC last time they matched up. This is exactly what we saw.
And
Yeah,
you would
we were promised
why
some-
are they? Yeah, go ahead, Corey.
We were promised from A.O. Burton that the adjustments were made, that they were out of alignment, that they had plenty of time. Because let's be honest, once they knew that they were in the playoffs, they were probably
They were
assuming
coasting.
that this was the matchup.
Is this a
They weren't.
rope-a-dope?
Is this a what?
A rope-a-dope?
No,
Is this a rope-a-dope?
No,
Not between
no,
these
no,
two
no,
teams.
no.
But what it is
They wouldn't take that
it
chance.
is maybe the little bit of rust, but it's also maybe the overconfidence from the BIC who come into this game. We can only use two linemen. Oh, I don't see Courage out there. Matt Riddick's not there. I don't even see Big Dippy blocking.
They're not using their best.
Why?
Great question.
That is a phenomenal question. I don't know. BIC might be. They might be getting high on their own supply and thinking that, maybe they already got it won.
Well,
but
Biggie
you still
warned
have to
against
play
that
those games.
in all situations. You don't do that. But I think that having 5 weeks off does have an effect on a team that has to get in rhythm, especially if what you're going to play both drives so far is spread them out, throw on-time routes. The only thing that's been there offensively for BIC is when Sterry breaks down the defense and gets the easy rushing yards.
And there's going to be the
that's
same
how they
question
got
I
the first
ask
down.
you guys. Everybody criticizes me all the time. Who is Sterry throwing it to if it's not Ashanti?
I think
I'm
that there's
sorry.
guys
It
out there.
sounds
But
sounds
it's Q
crazy.
Bell. You've seen what
that
Umar Butter can do so far.
That sounds good. In a game you always talk about it when it comes to the quarterback in a duel situation, right? In this situation, when it's this heated, who are you throwing it to? If
You
not
ask
your
me,
best
you ask me,
receiver,
I will take Q Bell. I will take Kason Campbell. I will take Umar Butter
you will
Lewis.
also have 3 down on the line.
I would. Courage would be out
Why
there.
have they?
Courage
Why did
would
they
be out
make
there.
that move?
I couldn't
It just-
tell you, Matt.
Are they cosplaying as Vegas for
There
a half?
is a strategic advantage
There's a
if
reason.
you force Burton, and you can block J-Rock and the other defensive end, whoever it is.
Rashad
but
Knight.
if you force Big Burton, number 13, for the middle defensive lineman for the U, there is a huge level in discrepancy of athleticism with Sterry
speed, it's
Codrington
true, it's
and
true.
Burton. So if Burton is the only free rusher, you have the advantage now
But
as an
that's-
offense.
but that's assuming that
if
those
you
edge
can't block
guys
those
can't
edge
block-
guys,
yeah.
then Burton can just stay
Right.
there right in the middle and get the sack like
You
he did on
need
fourth down.
athletic big fellas on that line
gotta make the block. You
to
gotta
make
block.
that
Also,
block.
would it not be a BICU game without a controversial
Oh,
play?
no. Of course not.
But we
What
got it
controversial
early this
play do we
year.
have?
They did an illegal substitution.
This is a guy that just didn't make it off of this field before, and if we let the O-Town Orange get away with a double pass,
Come on
then
now.
Sterry Codrington has to focus on the play in the game because, yes, we're going to find out if this was illegal or not, and it's smart after the play is over. But for the signal caller to be looking for a penalty mid-play,
Yeah,
that
that's
just, to me,
it.
sends
That's
the
not
wrong
answer.
message.
That's not the answer. And I agree with you,
I
Corey.
love Sterry Codrington,
No,
too.
I agree with him. This is not – whatever game plan they came in with is not working. It's not – this is not me – this is not a personal attack. It's not an ad hominem. This is facts. The fact is 2 down isn't it. And you can hear it now that the guys are in here really still discussing – if someone got off the field on time or not.
This is some Vegas level
Yeah,
litigation.
let's make the play. Let's go out there. Let's stop making it about the dramatics of this game because it just started.
Do I have
Yeah.
to go out
Let's
there?
play
Do I have to go
football.
out there and talk to these guys?
No.
I'm about to go. No.
Yeah. Corey dressed like a lawyer today, ready to act as the arbitrator. That should be your
extra
new
spiffy,
nickname,
the
Corey.
arbitrator.
Corey the arbitrator Hammond.
I narc more than I arbitrate.
Definitely narc a lot. I'm not mad at you, narc.
But how much, as I get very comfortable and bounce back in my seat and be unprofessional, no matter who gets is there any momentum that comes out of this?
No.
Well,
And
what this is
I don't think
giving
so.
is BIC the chance to talk about what
To
they need to
rest
fix on
and
offense and what
adjust.
they need to fix on defense.
But they just had an opportunity to do the same thing when the U was driving. You know what I'm saying? That's the
and
problem.
they went back out with the two offensive lines.
Exactly,
So
so-
we'll see how that develops. But they have courage, so it's a good backup plan.
They have courage both ways, right? The running back and the
Yes,
emotion.
yes.
They have courage. But right now, I don't think that offensive line is the answer. I really don't. They're not the answer right now.
Not yet.
No, they're not.
None
Those
of the
two
plays
guys,
that they've executed yet
no.
are what we expect. And like I said, I
as
don't
soon as
see
we
Big
get
Dippy.
some understanding of what just occurred, we'll let you know we're back on the field. The play stands is called. If there was BIC seems to have lost a challenge, so they will lose a
Oh,
timeout.
wow. That's terrible. Markai and KWAC have to step up here.
Why are they using only Markai and KWAC? Why are they not
And-
alternating in stronger personnel?
It would have to be a conversation with Sterry Codrington for that one.
Rob down to the field and ask
Oh,
him.
they won't tell me.
They won't tell me.
They'll tell me to politely, you know what I'm saying, myself.
yourself?
And, bleep myself and come back to the booth. That's where I belong.
This is the
This
replay.
is what they're talking about.
And Sadiq
Oh, and he
Pitts is
snapped,
right
yep.
there.
He
The
tried to get a
snap
free
and
one.
Codrington
This
in
is new.
trouble
The pressure's
again.
there. The
This is
pressure's
fresh.
there.
Codrington throws it. That's caught.
Jalen
That's
Crooms.
Jalen
That's Jalen
Crooms.
Crooms.
Crooms will get to the 30 to 25 and pushed out at the 23.
And that's
First
not
down BIC.
that's not a bad catch. It's not a bad play, and maybe it's the momentum you were asking about, Matt, where they get a chance to rest and reset the offense after doing something who we can all agree was a little bit silly, but I see the reason why they did it.
And they stay in the hurry up to try to
First
keep
down.
the U on their heels.
It'll be 1st and 10. 3:45 left to go in the first quarter. And we see here on the replay.
And the middle guy, the reason why Burton was able to get the pressure he got is because he didn't commit.
And Umar Lewis is wide open right there, but he had Kel Gallimore watching him right on the top of that.
Yeah, you got to take the yards as they give it to you. 1st and 10. They stay in the 4 wide. Shanti Worthy on the corner looking mighty good to me.
The snap. Codrington will step
Oh,
up.
my
Codrington
goodness.
brought down.
And with a sack, if I'm not mistaken, that's Charles Irving, former running back of the Immortals, who gave me
Yeah, and a guy who
fits
I'm
back in
still
the day.
recovering from that one hit.
Yeah, I
that
can't
took.
stand. Man.
Oh, my goodness.
But that was a great sack. And again, that's not a regular speed guy. This is a former running back in
And
Charles
that's
Irving.
the kind of defender that if
That
you're
is
going to
the-
go with a spread formation, you can use.
Take a look at him. Take a
What
look.
you
He breaks
can't
down.
do with your BIC is use a similar type of defensive end based on the
Wow.
offensive lineman that they have. Just a great play.
And I was just informed that was the 3rd time Sterry Codrington's been sacked in the first quarter today.
Wow.
That might equal his total all season.
Codrington will snap.
the
Immediate
pressure's
pressure on
immediately in his
2nd and
face.
12.
Not
Codrington
flag. He
evades.
lets it
Thrown.
fly. INT.
That's a pick from
INT
Amir Morris.
by Amir Morris. My goodness. And right now, maybe it's the fog Corey's been talking about. Maybe it's the medicine. Maybe they haven't figured it out. They're in trouble.
That is the first time Sterry Codrington has thrown an interception
All season.
this season.
That's the guy who will get you.
the warnings that I always give to people.
Let's break this play
Just take a
down.
look.
When he
Take a
breaks
look.
contain, he can throw right
pressure's
now
there.
to the flat.
The pressure's
Throws it
there.
right now. Then the zone that the U are running converges, and he puts it up in the air.
Kenny Prelude tips it, and Amir Morris
Does
is
he
right
have
there. He
precision?
has it.
Not a
It's 1
chance
foot.
at that.
Yeah, that's
That's
in.
absolutely an
That's
interception.
in. That's in.
A record audience
Oh,
on
my
A7FL.TV today. Spread the word, spread the news. Send this to everyone you know.
Indeed,
We've
Toast
got a
Toast.
classic here.
And there's Daryl Truck Luck.
There he
wearing
is.
the Gatorade logo for some reason. He's not sponsored.
The snap and the handoff at the line. Meets at the 5, and they'll gain 2, if not 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Toast Toasted, I agree. Size does get tired, but when you know that the BIC's offense will be on the field for a good chunk and not actually produce the score, those offensive linemen, those big fellas who usually would be catching wind, are well rested to come
I'll
back
tell you this,
in.
Rob. Offensive linemen get extremely tired pass blocking because it's
Facts.
no fun.
Facts.
You know what they never get tired of doing?
Run blocking.
Crushing another human being into the turf as if it was pavement and the guy in front of him was an ant. You're about to see roadkill over and over again from the U offense, and I can't wait to see what 76 does here. Likely going to catch a ball on play action.
Moon snaps to toss to the outside.
Moon with the
Verardi
block
gets
on
picked up.
Verardi? Nah. Now, the U was pulling out all the stops.
Third down.
And
Well, that's an interesting counter because what I said earlier is if you follow 76, the ball's going to go there. BIC's been basically operating on that premise. So you go counter toss, get a guy block on the defensive end, which is Moon, who's quick enough to get there, and Darryl Truck Luck gains easy yards on the toss.
And that's their gameplay. The U has not changed their gameplay from the start of this season. Run that clock. They chew up time, and if they happen to stop you from scoring and they can score, you're in trouble.
Dot Boss, the eligible receiver. That will be moot as they run the ball. They will not get the first down, so it will be fourth. They're acting like they got the yards. It looked like they were about a yard or two short, and it will be fourth.
They spot it for a fourth down attempt, but, credit the BIC defensive line for making the stop, but it's going to be interesting. The U, on fourth down, they do not send only three guys out there for the 3-on-1, which would be the change of possession on a punt. They are so confident in that offensive line that they're going to try to earn it, honestly, on fourth and short.
I respect it.
This will be the last play of the first quarter. The handoff, quarterback will keep it. Moon will be mad, and they try to strip it, but they'll get the first down. And at the end of 15 minutes, the Patterson U have been walking down the yard lines and running through the Trenton BIC.
And be punching people in the mouth, too. We'll be back.
Seven and nothing your score. Matt Ryan joined by Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. We are on A7FL.TV and DAZN. And the Patterson U coming out looking like they're the defending champions in this game. The Trenton BIC caught on their back foot.
Well, they're 1-0 against the BIC on the season, and after last year,
if we base it off the years that they've gone against each other, we're talking 2021. The U won the regular season, and they won in the playoffs.
Yep.
Last year, BIC won the regular season, won in the playoffs. Are we seeing a pattern here?
I don't know, because all of those games, Rob, let me ask you how many points was the differential in all those games? They're all one-score games.
1-2 points, championship points. It wasn't
so
that big of a spread.
That's how even these teams are.
Indeed.
And when you have an identity that the U have built all season and you're executing it, you put the BIC in a position where they have to adjust. And now what you see from the U is when they pull the play action, they're able to get the 4th and 1.
Let's take a
just
look at
as
this
they were
line.
able to get it last time.
Look at this line. I'm up close right now. I need to see this.
The hand up, a flag on the play, and it be false start on the offense.
And that's a shame because that's the crack motion play action that they got the touchdown on to Scat, and Dakari Mims would have scored as well. The BIC needs to adjust to that immediately because that's working. Whether they block the edge on the crack or they run the play action.
Who's covering that?
It's supposed to be the corner, but he's not going in full motion.
Who's the corner?
Here's an
It was
interesting
Kason Campbell
comment
both times.
coming in from Tashawn Webster. Nothing offensively makes sense so far.
The reason why I'm not going to let that slide, anyone criticizing BIC's offense, is because when they do it to bum teams, no one says a word. They're okay with this play style any other time. Be okay with it now, too. Let's ride or die with it.
Shout out to Halo Love, donating $5 to the cause. Love this league. If you can say a shout out to Coffee Stain to throw, and that's incomplete. And that looks like the second time, I believe, that Moon's dropped back to pass so far in this game.
Yeah, I want to believe in the offense. I picked BIC to win, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to believe in whatever they think is right. So I'm not going to sit here and criticize their offense like these. I mean, these guys are in the chat criticizing it, but they never said a word about it. Courage doesn't have that many carries on the year. We can pull up Courage stats right now, and it's on one hand. So there's no surprise that Courage got 0 carries for 0 yards.
But I will say this. Traditionally in Courage's career, if one game he shows up and puts out a blockbuster performance, it's against what team, Rob?
It's against this team. But it's not former years. It's now.
Second
true.
and 15. Set up at the 15.
This is God's plans of BIC, not the nation.
And that penalty on the previous play in which the crack motion came in motion and went off sides, now it makes the adjustment. They can't get the running start.
The snap, and here comes the pressure on Moon. Moon will cut to the sideline. Thrown and tipped!
That's phenomenal defense by
Kayson
Kayson
Campbell.
Campbell.
And they are basically going high school and calling the same plays back to back. And since they work over and over again, why not? But finally, Kayson Campbell's able to make the adjustment, and it starts with the pressure from the defensive line from BIC. If you know that they're going to go pass on first and second down, which brings up third down, you might as well get the rush.
It's really the stop. Big Mook stops Deshaun Johnson from leaking out, who was probably the key to that entire play.
That's a smart play from Big Mook. Big Mook is one of the most underrated players in this league. And when you see the level of athleticism that he brings to the defensive line, he's big enough to
very underrated
the ball
as
in
well.
his hands to get a TBS nomination. But he's chasing guys down that run 4.5, 4.6, 4.4.
And Tawan and Mr. Dagger status, they trust your team. Trust that your team knows what they're doing.
To a great name, Mr. Dagger status.
Mr. Dagger status.
That's a great name.
You have to trust in what BIC is
Rob.
doing.
Looks like a
Did the
timeout
U's
called by the
stop
BIC.
themselves and taking themselves out of their best offensive plays and running the ball on first down to set the tone when they went first down and they go with the quick out and miss it?
BIC is starting to adjust as good defenses do, as championship defenses do, and the U are trying to catch them sleeping.
Yeah, because I honestly sound ridiculous to myself saying that teams shouldn't pass the ball more. But to be honest, on first and 15, if you're the U, why do you even attempt to pass?
Because they thought they can catch him slipping again. Deshaun Johnson against any other team is wide open on this play.
Absolutely.
Big Mook's IQ is the reason why this play doesn't go. We have to give Big Mook his credit here. That's just a phenomenal play by him. Anybody else that happens
an even better play from Kayson Campbell.
And I'm gonna be real with you. Even if it wasn't Big Mook and it was another player, that's still a first down. Deshaun Johnson is wide open. They forget
who's
him.
taking him down before he stumbles himself.
Big Mook is an extremely underrated and high IQ football player that was able to stop the U on that play.
Now,
Outside of that,
for the BIC defense, this is the type of situation that they want to force the U into, especially with Kareem Moon at quarterback. As long as Silky Smooth can't get free and runs it for himself, this is a tough situation on designed pass plays this long.
Coburn, who has got the only touchdown of the day in motion. And here comes the pressure. Moon throws it, intercepted!
He throws an
right
interception.
into his pocket!
And who was that with the pick?
That's
That's Ricky
Tate.
And he's going to get a delay of game penalty, baby. But that's a huge play because the turnover is in
and there is a
their
flag.
realm, and it's exactly what you want to avoid if you're the U.
And
you
it's
want
what
to stay
they
on
needed,
target.
though.
You want to be able to run play action, have Moon throw it to wide open receivers, or maybe have the chance to run it. But when you force him to be that pocket passer, deliver a dime, he's just off base here. Now, the coverage is pretty good.
Phenomenal blocking,
The
by
coverage
the
is
way.
pretty good, but the pass is behind
That was a
him.
bad
Has to
pass.
stop.
Bad
And that's
pass.
why Ricky Tate's able to get there.
Yeah.
And if you're going to play offense against this BIC defense, you're going to have to, on 3rd and 15, throw a little bit of a better pass.
I
And
mean,
if you're
yeah,
Kareem
if I'm
Moon-
being honest, that's not it's a bad pass from Kareem Moon. Ricky Tate is beat he's beat.
Yes.
He's beat. You
the
got to
stuff
throw
that's getting
that.
beat
Yeah.
down a leg.
Hey,
It was
man.
Ricky Tate on that play
Ricky
because it was
Tate,
wide open.
Ricky Tate was beat and got bailed out by a bad pass from Moon. And overall, a great play by Mook to put them in a position for Moon to throw an
And
interception.
that looked like on the
Also,
on the
Ferrari,
route.
too.
He was
Sent that on the
blocking
outside.
two guys. Yeah, Dot was actually blocking two people.
And to be fair, I think that's Darier Mims, Dakari Mims' brother on the route, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am mistaken, it's not my fault. That's what it is on the roster wearing.
I mean, how many
Buff's
guys
former
with the
number.
last name Mims do we know? Not too many.
And that is why they're hot.
And I guess you get what you asked for, because guess who's Bazak? Guess who's Bazak? Courage Mozzie at tight end.
And you see him there, set up to the left of Codrington, 3 wide receivers. Bell in the bottom of your screen. Worthy.
And usually in this
Motion.
formation, you see the stance that Umar Butter Lewis is in. That's a perfect setup for Q Bell to get the block on the edge, for
Mr.
Ashanti Worthy to get
Daggerstatus
the block on
called
the
the
edge.
interception before it happened. Shouts to him.
So did I. I told you guys that was the bad position for Moon.
Lewis
Here's the
in
bubble
slot.
screen to the right.
Snap. There's the screen.
Speaking of calling it.
And then picked up, moved up, and then sent behind the line of scrimmage.
See, and people wonder if I know what the play is if I'm somehow some kind of, Nostradamus. No, I watch film, and that's the formation that they put Umar Butter Lewis in. You get the block out on the edge, and you run the bubble screen. Now that's set up for the bubble screen and go, but if you lose 5 yards on first down, you put yourself back.
2nd and 15, loss of 5 on the play. Codrington,
he'll
throw,
inside,
caught! And he will be brought out at the 35, and a great catch there.
And that's what Sterry Codrington's athleticism will do to a defense. They have to commit to the run because he can score a touchdown there. But Lewis is smart enough to sneak behind it. Credit him for making a great catch, but if that ball was put on the money, no disrespect to my guy Sterry because he did make the play, but if that ball is put on the money, that's likely at 6 points for BIC.
Lewis at the bottom of your screen, Bell at the top. In the slot is Ashanti Worthy. 1st and 10, 3 on the line. Mosey more than likely ineligible receiver. Watch the pressure here as the U look to send 4.
Now, they have number 20 for the U, and this is what worked in the second half in the championship. Chick Amir Moore is playing a pretty good spy. So if Sterry's able to run him out of the middle of the field, look for Ashanti Worthy to be wide open in the middle.
Codrington will have to run out to his left. He will keep it. He will get to the 30, and he will cut through. He'll be called out around the 27. They'll mark him out at the 30.
No, they would have to show me that. I don't know if he was out.
But it's still a great run because he takes what the defense gives him, and the more and more he presses the U defense with his legs, the more wide open those receivers will be down the field.
And this is what we expected them to come out in, though. They came out in a 2-line set that no one understood and no one agreed with. But this is what we expect. 3 down with courage as a threat at the tight end spot. Give yourself the time and make these guys come after you.
Worthy now set up at the bottom of your screen. Lewis in the slot.
Mosey, accents.
Courage. That's his name.
Bell in motion. Codrington off the snap. The throw. That's caught. And that will get him to the 15 and pulled out of play. Umar Lewis making some big plays here on this drive.
And that was actually Trey Cohen.
Yeah, and that's Trey Cohen. They're going okey doke. They're switching them back and forth.
That is Trey Cohen. It's the headband. The headband's getting to me.
And what that is that's that crack motion scheme where it looks to pin the edge for Sterry, who's the left-handed quarterback, and he is irate at someone right now. Timeout called from the U.
And they will have only 1 timeout remaining after that. Both teams with 1 timeout. The U calling one in the first quarter.
I'd like to hear what you guys think about this because Sterry Codrington is one of those guys who he has a lot of fire within him. And at the quarterback position, sometimes that's a positive, sometimes that's a negative. But what you consistently see from Sterry Codrington teams is they are performing at their highest level or getting chewed out for it. What do you guys see with that frustration level that you've seen from him so far in this game? Is that a positive or a negative?
I mean, for his team, it has to be a positive. They respond well to it.
Yeah, they do respond to it, yes.
If we get guys arguing back and forth and challenging him on everything, then no, it's definitely not a positive. But right here, his team seems to wake up. His team seems to wake up when he lights up like that. And, I'm one of those guys that if you're fired up like that as my quarterback, I'm hot. I'm ready to go.
So no safety over the top, and if you don't cover one of these guys, they're likely to score.
1st and 10 after the timeout. Worthy, the throw, and that one's short. He threw it on his back foot.
And there was no one in the middle of the field. That was an easy touchdown for Trey if the ball is placed well, but the pressure from the defensive line from the U forces Sterry to rush it, and he misses a wide-open touchdown
Someone was
throw,
definitely next to Trey. He had to lead him. It's better than an interception, though, throwing it behind him like Moon did.
Cohen in the slot. Worthy at the top of your screen. Bell at the bottom.
This is big. You got to remember, BIC had the ball first, so they're down. No matter how it looks right now, they're down.
And
they need to score here.
And the trench game for both of these teams is exactly polar opposite. Look at the defensive line and offensive line size on this side of the ball and then the other side of the ball.
The snap. Courage will create the space. Worthy caught on the
Oh, no, because that was a perfectly thrown ball. That was a perfectly called
and
play.
Worthy is down.
And
Ashante Worthy is down, and it looks like he is clutching his hamstring.
I'm not sure if he's disappointed or if he's actually hurt. That was a perfectly placed ball, and that's a catch that Ashante Worthy has made in his
his
sleep.
ankle.
Oof. But that is one of the biggest moments of this game, one way or another. Credit Henrock for decent enough coverage to force a tough throw.
We got to be honest with ourselves.
That should have been a touchdown.
Those are the catches that he makes, and those are the reasons why we call his name as much as we do.
And if you're going to play press coverage on Ashanti Worthy, you're giving this up every time.
Oh,
He's
he
just got to
couldn't
make
bring
that.
it
But
in.
when he
Oh.
puts his one leg down,
drops it.
I think that's where the drop comes from, because when he stretched his left leg out down, it looked like something got hyperextended. I hope that he can come back in this game, because that's going to be huge.
And
Rob talks about it all the time. Let's see the replay here.
That might have been why he dropped the
That
pass.
might have been exactly why he dropped it.
And
Oh, it was one of those two steps right there.
right after the ball came out,
Yikes.
Henry Rogers with the great play nonetheless.
And that's going to be the tail of the tape. If I'm being honest with you, those are plays we expect Ashanti Worthy to make, period.
And he has, always.
What has been the difference? How, after beating the U 3 times last year, when it counted twice in the division championship and in the championship game, what has been that transition to this year? Because the run game alone can't be the reason why all of this is.
It's not just the run, though, because the touchdown for the U was a play-action touchdown pass. What it is that the dominance of the offensive line icing out maybe one of the deepest units in the league
I
in
don't know
the
about that
defensive line.
anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
if we talk about A.O. Burton,
It sounds good. It's like saying they're paper champions.
Ole.
No, it sounds good. But
I
if
know
we're
it sounds good,
watching,
and that's what I'm talking about.
No, but if we're watching those same guys get walked,
but
I
against
can't.
any other offensive line in the league, are they not dominating this
Hey,
game?
it don't matter. We talking about who they're playing right now.
3rd and 10.
Oh,
The
Lord.
throw
There's
caught. Courage moseying it into the 5.
And now you have to call Courage's name because who else is there?
Well, when he's playing tight end, he is a really dangerous option, because eventually you're going to forget about him. And if you're focused on Sterry Codrington and what he can do with both his arm and his legs,
Cohen
and you
running
forget
off to
about
the
Courage.
sideline. And Worthy back
He's
in the
back
game.
in, and that's the warrior spirit, right? That's a warrior.
And there's Bell set up there. Cohen will set out wide.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep. You got to always
have
count.
to count,
Baltimore
yeah.
special
You
is
never know.
always in play.
I'm looking for Trey Cohen right here on a comeback.
Two guys covering Bell and Ashanti back 5 yards to the end zone. The handoff to Courage, and Courage, the legend, the veteran, throwing it down and making it a 1-point game touchdown, BIC.
And what you'll get in the chat is a lot of the guys saying, well,
I
it's
told
about
you.
time. I
Yeah.
told you, put Courage in. He's good against these guys. But you got to follow what your offensive coordinator says. It's just about time, and glad to see that Courage
Well, and
is
guess
able to
what?
scamper
When you
in there.
need it, it's always there. And honestly, when a team in a championship moment like this needs someone to steady the ship,
It's Courage
It's
Moses.
great to have a guy like Courage in your huddle who's willing to block,
And for
who
those-
gets lost at tight end, and then punches it in as a running back.
And we are trying to get an update on the stream for Baltimore. As soon as we get an update on that, we will let you know. I know that game is supposed to be live now on a7fl.tv. Technical difficulties, it seems like. Hopefully, we'll get that game live on the air in progress. But it will be a 1-point attempt.
Courage Mosey asked me if I was 40 today. Shouts to him.
You might as well be once you're retired, you're basically 40, right?
I believe that's Goodrich who called himself to be an eligible receiver. The snap. Codrington
A
needs to get
lot
this
of
point
pressure,
going, and he's
he got him.
dropped.
Who was that?
That was Chick.
Amir Morris.
Now-
and they've said that Amir Morris is Sterry's kryptonite. Literally said that to me.
Well, let's see if he's going to be the one to bring Superman to his knees. It's 7-6. We're here live on a7fl.tv, and here was the touchdown to make it a 1-point game, or that set it up to get to the end zone so close.
And this game is a game of inches, and me and Rob are excited to see how hard this game looks to be. Just when you think that the U is dominating this game and looks like the better team, BIC has all the reasons why they're not ever far from out of it.
At all.
And I'll ask you guys this question. What was the difference in points in the championship game last
It
year?
was two.
It was
So
two
those
points.
extra points and that sack on Ashanti Worthy from
It's
Amir
going to
Chick
matter.
Morris,
It's going to matter.
it sometimes gets swept under the rug, but those championship points are probably the biggest plays of these games, on other than 3rd and 4th and longs.
Be a 3-on-1 here. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond.
Now, last week we saw Henrock with a 3-on-1 return in which he yeeted over a full man. So we talk about Ashanti Worthy. Let's see what the Patterson you have on their return game.
That's Cohen and Mano.
So there's speedsters out there. Mano, a rookie a great rookie with a lot of great speed on special teams. That will bounce. That'll be a live ball, and that will be picked up at the 17-yard line. That'll be
post
straight coming off of him.
Hold on.
Post straight coming off of him. That's Dion McDaniel.
Wow.
Just like Kevlar slipping off, and they will get stopped at the 32.
And that's the first time I've ever seen that return, that throw-off team ever look like that.
Well, and Dion McDaniels, you see why he's one of the good options at running back. But the one thing he didn't have enough of in that play was that burst after he made the first couple men miss. So credit to BIC for still making the tackle. But first and 10 for the U. They have to get back into a run-heavy look because even if they're going to go pass, I think their best passing option, and look at his play here, there's no Huss when you're that much, when you outweigh your guys by that much. And Trey Cohen does all he can.
He almost got the ball out.
He almost got the ball out, and maybe that's what happened. He reached for the ball, but Dion is not one of those guys.
And it will be 1st and 10. Moon still in at quarterback. We've yet to see Carlos Crosland today. And there's Money Mayweather, Willie Easterling.
That's definitely hard body.
Oh, that's pardon me, hard body Marcus McKinney.
You know, and they're playing
40 running backs.
They're playing running back shuffle. So
right.
if you get the wrong one, it's probably, pound for pound approximately the same output. But you see when the U goes and they commit to the run, right now BIC they have the answer for it there, but what they are doing is over-committing to that run. And if the U can catch them in another situation where it's play action and guys are wide open, those are the wrong guys to leave wide open, specifically in 89, Pat Coburn, and number 2, the tight end, Dot Boss.
And this is a very important drive.
This matchup here between Campbell and Smoke is a real interesting one.
There's matchups all over the field that
Coburn,
are just as awesome.
Moon will keep the ball. Moon will be sent towards coverage, but he will keep the ball and get past the 45, and it will be 3rd down.
And I'm telling you, this is a very important drive. Pay attention to why. BIC got the ball first. The U stopped them, scored. The U scored, turnover. BIC then scored. Score 7-6. If the U score here, 4 minutes left, and you know how they drain clock, they get the ball at half.
And that's the way that you play with the clock. And, this is just another opportunity to look at a bigger dude.
Unhand me, sir.
Smaller dude.
Excuse me, young child. Oh.
And you see Trey Cohen, he threw his headgear off. He says, that's not helping me on this play.
I'm going to get him.
But
get
the level of
over
tenacity.
here.
He still missed that one, too. Wow.
It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 7 after the gain of 3.
Right now.
Coburn in motion. The snap and immediate pressure. Ooh. And Moon is set.
Let's go down, big fella.
And it'll be 4th down in the BIC defense. And there's Carnell Wachter not letting his mama look like a fool on TV.
Why you do that, K-Wack?
But you saw the initial rush came from Ole Bell, who shows the veteran savvy, and he had such a great jump on Moon's cadence that he was almost illegally in the backfield so quickly. And when Moon had to adjust to it, you see here, number 9, he's right around Dot Boss. And once you step up into the pocket, it's just a great play from everybody there to corral him.
That was phenomenal from K-Wack. Wow. He got right under that block. And this is what we asked for them to do, but
Dwan Williams on that play, too.
Dwan is always
Dwan has made his presence known as a vet in this league.
Against the U.
And he's kind of making it work with a lot less than some of these guys that have more, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we see here on the play again, but we'll wait to do the throw off. That'll be thrown out of play smartly at the 23.
And that was BIC's. That's the best thing that could happen to BIC, to give them an opportunity to score within 3 minutes and 58 seconds to now even the game out, instead of putting their backs against the wall in this situation against a team like that. But the U is going – the BIC started doing stuff they never did. Now the U is starting to switch and do things that they shouldn't do.
Well, and you talk about it all the time, Rob, is in championship-level games like this, it's not what your plan is going in. It's how well you can adjust to your plan, either working or not. And you look in that huddle, there's tons of talent.
Caesar Campbell is back on offense.
We've seen Kason Campbell break the internet. He is one of the most talented athletes we've seen in this league, but when you put him against Ashante Worthy, Bell, and some of the vets on this team, we've not seen him shine on offense this year. He's been playing heavily, mostly on defense.
That's a nasty offensive set right here.
And what you do when you have a guy like Ashante Worthy, when you have a guy like Q Bell, it gives you a better matchup for the guy in Kason Campbell, who is no slouch and nobody to put your third best corner on.
It'll be 1st and 10. In motion, the snap.
Pressure
in
from
trouble,
Rashad
the
Knight.
throw.
Courage
Caught by
Mosey.
Courage. Courage Mosey stays upright, will continue, and drag 2 dudes with him to the 34.
And that's courage. Can I say anything else? That's what.
Well,
I'm
that play
used
was
to.
dead from the start. They send Ashante Worthy in to do the pin block on the quick release from the tight end. Nobody blocks anybody. There's pressure in Sterry Codrick's face right away, and Chick had Courage dead to rights, running him down from behind. It's just the elite balance, athleticism,
that's
and
Chick,
will.
That's Chick's kryptonite. Courage.
Yeah, we've seen those replays.
Yeah, we've seen that. That's Chick's kryptonite.
3 wide receivers set.
Poor Chiefs.
Kason Campbell at the top of your screen,
my
Bell in the
goodness.
slot
So
at the
bad.
bottom. It is Trey Cohen.
bad.
Codrington,
Amir Morris.
not a lot of time. He
creepy.
throws it. Caught!
Kason Campbell.
Kason Campbell finding the sideline. That man has done it again.
Bye bye.
BIC takes the lead.
Kason Campbell. We called it. We called it.
And when you put your third best corner, it's still great coverage. It's a really good throw from Sterry Codrington, who had pressure in his face and is throwing off of his back foot. But no one else needs credit on this play other than the receiver going up top in the top shelf, grabbing it, maintaining the balance, and exploding and scoring with the open field in front of him. That's how you score in one play, and that's why BIC wanted to spread the ball out against this U defense.
Get this look.
And
Excuse me. Head top. Bye-bye. Yeah, he's gone.
Sadiq Pitts.
That's great coverage. That's just better ball placement and knowing who your guy is. You trusted Kason Campbell to go up top, make the play. And is that a perfect throw from Sterry Codrington? No. But when you put it anywhere near a guy that good with a matchup that he is the winner on 9 out of 10 times, it's easy to see why you put 6 up on the board and they're going for 2 now from the 10.
This is elite level football, and the flag on the play as soon as I say that.
This looks like a free play because they haven't blown the whistle.
Oh, yeah,
the
it's a
play
free
is
play.
still
Hold on.
live.
Hold
And
on.
that is
So that'll
caught.
be 2 points, but we'll see
he
how
got
they
a
adjudicate it.
bald head. Cedric Goodridge with the championship point. Yes.
And that's what you have to do. We talked about Sterry earlier when he was looking for the flag. You see the flag and you see everybody standing around. That time he takes advantage of it, and we'll see what the ruling is here. Here's the touchdown again.
What a play. 14-7 your score.
You see Chick playing. That's that spy coverage. But off of his back foot, throws it a little bit behind him, but guess
Give me
what?
that, young man.
There's a reason why your name is special, Kay. It's because you are.
Fourteen to 7 your score. It's the A7FL playoffs here on A7FL.tv and DAZN. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by the brilliant Big Rob Fabian and equally brilliant Corey Hammond. 2 of the best announcers in football.
Well, you know how I've gotten here is Skillshare, Matt.
Really?
Get your free trial today. Mention A7FL and you get months for free, something or other. Trying to do my Matt impersonation. Here's
That's
the 3-on-1.
a dangerous 3-on-1, man, that I haven't seen there in a long time.
And that will be Dwan Williams throwing it for the BIC that's caught at the 15-yard line. Dakari Mims immediately met by defenders and Sherman suplexed.
Not today.
We ain't singing today.
Nah, not at all. I would expect him to take it a little bit outside, but he's been dangerous before in that 3-on-1.
Now,
Yes, he's not sleeping on him anymore.
if you look at the chat and you scroll up, moon blasphemy, fine. But when do you put in Carlos? There he is. When do you put in Carlos Carlson? Because when these two offenses operate with the different quarterbacks, you see that Moon is obviously the more play action run first. Here's Pablo, and we'll see what he can do to bring a spark to this offense.
And when Crosland was in, the BIC were able to get to him.
Today or last time he played?
We haven't seen him play against this defense yet today.
So he was hurt last time. You know how that
Yeah.
goes with the excuses. I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's what they're going with. So
But Crosland against the BIC in the playoffs last year
Well, it's going to be important for the U if they're going to go pass heavy to get Carlos Crosland into a rhythm so that he can trust his arm going downfield to potentially wide open receivers.
Timeout BIC.
Because we saw what happened to Ricky Tate when he had a receiver in front of him. He got the interception, but there was some space there.
Just call it what it is. Ricky Tate got cooked. Moon threw the ball behind him.
Correction, 2-minute warning. And the road to the A7FL Championship is on. Go to A7FL Championship website right now. Get your tickets A7FL early for 20% off tickets. Go to a7fl.com/championship. That's a7fl.com/championship. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. And guys, at the 2-minute warning, my question is, why change from what got you your first 7 points and what was killing the clock for the majority of the
Because when they, in this situation where they have to pass the ball, Moon has shown that that's not necessarily his strength. And if you have a guy who can do it, you might as well put him in when there's 2 minutes left.
I agree, but it's still wild to say.
The snap, and there's immediate pressure. Crosland avoids the defender, throws this one deep on a wobble, and it's incomplete.
Yikes. And the reason why I said it's wild to say is because the first touchdown was
a passing touchdown by Moon.
So it's I agree with you, Corey. It's just wild. I'm hearing it, I'm repeating it.
What the type of pass play was, it was a design, and it's also knowing that Moon isn't the passing quarterback.
Right.
As a defense, you have to honor the run more. With less than 2 minutes on the clock, you see what Pablo can do. Carlos Crosland is able to make guys miss. We saw him last week against the Snow Tribe. He can break a run for 70 yards, but it's his arm and it's his ability to stretch the field with those deep passes that when you got a guy like Dakari Mims, this is a one-on-one play, and it almost ended up in a catch.
But there's rules to this game. First thing is styles make fights. Now, you did your part. You're bigger than BIC. You punched him in the mouth, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. The next thing is adjusting. BIC has adjusted to your offense now. Now, you have to readjust as an offense to make them adjust again. That's how this game goes. The better prepared team is always going to win.
2nd and 10. Minute 50 left to play. The snap, Crosland in trouble. Looks for a dump out. It is brought down inside the 25.
And that's K-Wack. Why you do that?
And from the start, whether it was before the motion, whether it was the miscommunication, it did not look like the U were on the same page. And Rob is going to hate me for a whole week until the next time we talk for me saying this. But this is the disadvantage of having the two quarterback system because right now nothing's working.
You're going to say
both of the guys are out of rhythm.
Why are we not talking about the offense being completely switched versus it being a – look at K-Wack and look at the pressure. How is that a two-quarterback system issue?
Well, neither of these guys are in rhythm right now, and that's why they're not able – well,
it's not. The offensive line is getting smoked. Let's call it what it is. The same way they would, excuse my French, but busting their behinds.
If you ask the Sobermans how much time Carlos Crosland had on that play,
but Carlos
I guarantee you it would be more than 2.5 seconds, which would have been enough time to find Dakari Mims on the crossing route. But regardless,
they have to adjust.
You have to get into a game at this level of competition with your feet running on the ground and have a little bit of momentum going. To build that momentum up, down 7 with the time running down, it's a tough spot to put any quarterback in.
3rd and 20, the U just burned their last time out of the half.
Yeah, when your offensive line, who you relied on, I told you this game is going to be won in the trenches. That O-line is getting cooked. Right now,
on pass blocks that are obvious pass situations, right now they're losing.
But
I will say that this offensive line, they're going to have something to say in this game, and it's likely going to be in the second half when they get the ball back and they're able to stretch the game out with more time.
That O-line is getting cooked. And I said it, beginning of the game, I picked the BIC to win. I told you the game's going to be won in the trenches. What's going on right now? We're going to worry about the quarterback situation where Moon threw an interception. You have to put Carlos in now. You have to.
Right, and when you do, now, does he have the rhythm? Is he ready to go?
Forget the rhythm. Give him the offense that got us to 7 points like Matt said. Why are we here?
That's a running offense, and there's less than 2 minutes, so that's why they're going trips to the top of your screen, and it'll be 3rd and 20.
I would do it out of the run.
BIC looking to send 4. Crosland making adjustments to snap, and there's immediate pressure. Crosland will have to roll out. He gets hit as he throws. Called
he dropped it. There's the gear we were talking about. That's the gear we were talking about, Corey.
Yeah, but that's a great throw. That's the exact reason why you put in Carlos Carlson into the game is because you can use that man, Kareem Moon, as a wide receiver. And the fact that he doesn't catches is just surprising as Ashanti Worthy not catching that pass earlier in the game as well.
Let me respond to the – well, Moon is older now, missing that gear. Old Moon would have caught that. The money man, I am not suggesting to run the ball the entire game. You tell me, is any of this working, though? This is a phenomenal throw. That's in his hands.
That's a perfect throw.
That's in his hands. He got JJ beat. This isn't working. Short passes now. Look at the position we're in. Now BIC is handsomely in a comfortable position
and
now.
Since it's under 2 minutes, they can run the ball
They
to the
can do whatever they
sideline.
want.
Incompletes. Worthy won't be out there. They'll have number 15. That's Trey Cohen,
Let's see something, Trey.
April's only son,
And
out there on the field.
The frustration is going to set in. It's the offensive line. It has to start and end there.
Everything about that play right
position.
there was what the U wanted and why they put in Carlos Carlson. It's just they didn't execute, and for them to win this game, they're going to have to make a couple more big plays that are like that.
Agree.
Leaving that one out on the table is a shame.
It's going to hurt.
But they still have a whole half of football left, and if they can maybe force a turnover and play stout defense on this side of the ball, they could maybe even get a situation where this drive, 45 seconds, no harm, no foul. It's not even that big of a deal. But if BIC scores here,
yeah, that's the problem. We've known BIC to be able to score in 3 seconds.
They just scored on a relatively well-covered ball, a pass behind Kason Campbell where he jumped up and grabbed it and just exploded. And that's the type of team they're facing. BIC, if they had their druthers about this game, they're going 4 wide. They're making their athletes beat you. And the way that Patterson's won so far, when they have won, is that they're bigger in the trenches and they play that bully ball. It's an awesome, juxtaposition of opposite styles, and we'll see what Sterry has here on 1st and 10 from the 6.
And this is how we got here today. The Patterson U beat the Schno Tribe. The Animals beat the Renegades. The Animals are right now playing against the Baltimore Watchman. The BIC, we're live here on A7FL.TV, while the Patterson U are down 14-7. And the Trenton BIC are 45 seconds and 95 yards from walking away with a first-half lead. And when you, at D-Money 2500, asking a question, how can you eat when you have no hands? And that is, with the exception of Pat Coburn, and the throw off the screen, and that will be bounced into the dirt. The clock will stop.
The same way you throw a pass if you throw it in the dirt. It's just not going to work. Oh, and Rashad Knight.
Oh, my goodness.
Oscar
Sterry
winner.
with the hit on Rashad Knight. Oh, my God. Guys, get Sterry out the game. Terrible. I want to act, too.
Well, they're moving the ball up.
It looks like
they're
going to
say it was a late hit on Rashad Knight, likely, based on where they're moving the ball. I mean, the league loves Sterry Codrington, but we don't give him yards that easily on bounce passes.
Sterry gets his fair share of calls and non-calls. Let's see what it's looking like.
Yeah, it was a little late. I mean, it's a little late.
No, that's late.
Yeah,
that's late.
That's about on time for me.
He could have sent a text from when he threw the ball to when he got hit.
Yeah, it's football.
It would have said
Sterry with the retaliation. How dare you, fool! And then just slams him. Look at that.
Wow, that was some selling.
Why not let it fly?
The throw deep downfield, caught by Bell.
Of course.
FOH, he says to the defender, and he does get out of there. And it'll be 1st and 10, BIC on the move.
And it looks like they called their last time out.
I'm going to make a deal with Q Bell that if they win the championship this year, he has to take his do-rag off. I need to see what's under there, man.
Well, more importantly, as we talk about people's hair again, more importantly, what you do when you use Chick as the spy is you give your defense no chance to cover over the middle, over the top with a safety. So the fact that Sterry can run the ball,
you're challenging your defensive backs to be able to cover these guys one-on-one. And, hey, these guys feel like they're up to the task. It's on them to do it. They got to get it done, man. They're football players at the end of the day. They can't always be getting bailed out. They have to get it done. What do you want them to do? Kason, Bell, those are phenomenal catches I saw. But so was Patrick Colburn's. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
They have to be able to.
The most important part of a quarterback's job is to give your receiver a chance. And when your receiver's that good and you give them chances, they reward you.
First and 10, 31 seconds left to play. In motion, the snap. In trouble, the throw. Caught, but that'll be immediately out of bounds. They'll gain about 2.
I think the problem with their defensive backs is there's so many of them. There's so many defensive backs. They honestly don't know who should be covering who, and he snaps the ball. Flag out. Pressure on Sterry. There's a lot going on right now.
Out to his left. Codrington goes to his left. 22 seconds.
A lot going on right now.
Codrington will just run it.
He takes off.
He gets past one defender.
He touched earth.
He's still behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, my God.
It's a free play, and he'll just go down.
Wow. A lot just happened. I don't know or understand what just happened. I don't know what just happened.
9 seconds left to go here in the first half, and Rob, that flag might be a huge...
I mean, Sterry's smiling. Again, this is very dangerous for the U.
And the U have been making a lot of these mistakes. Right. They've been the ones who have been caught on the penalties. And that could have been...
Here come. This is one of the nastiest hustles we're going to... Huss. Wait, hold on. Here come. That's a great block.
That's a great block.
He comes back, though. He comes back.
And you see Campbell. He's trying to get to him, but he sees the defender.
Huss.
Oh.
That's an ACL. And they're still trying to figure out what's going on. Ayotte just... My goodness.
And Codrington saying, I'm not going to let Ayotte hit me. I'm going to...
Yeah, I would go down.
But it'll be 2nd and 5 after the penalty. 8 seconds left. No timeouts left. You get the ball at the half. With 8 seconds left, Codrington may look to score to make it a 2-score lead into the half. Talking it over with Cohen.
With Courage as an actual lineman who's not eligible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And there's
six,
Ashante
seven.
Worthy at the bottom of your screen.
There.
Watch Ashante. Bell set up next to Cohen. Kason Campbell at the top of your screen. 2 on the line. You rush 3. Codrington in trouble. He's got time, though. He's playing keep away. Codrington has to get rid of the ball, or he's got to run. This is the last play of the half. Codrington throws it incomplete.
Wow, and he took a hit on that one. Matt, we are watching one of the best games this year right now.
We are watching a Game of the Year candidate. If you expected fireworks, you expected chaos, you expected calamity, you are getting that and then some. 2 heavyweight teams throwing heavy leather here. Player down on the field. And we'll take a look at the replay here in Asbury Park Stadium at halftime. It's 14-7, and Codrington
gets there, but Sterry is now on his horse. He can care less about the pressure, Matt. Take a look at him.
He's got Ashante Worthy right there running across, but there was that defender right there who had him locked up.
Excuse me, Amir.
Just great movement there, and Markeith Williamson following the whole time, but not able to catch up to him.
Oh, that's Pitt. Okay. Air Jamaica comes down and hits him out of bounds, but
and it looks like Mayweather was the one who's down on the field.
Amir Morris. I think it was
Amir Morris, pardon me.
Chick. Yeah, it was Chick.
So at halftime, your score, the BIC 14, the U 7. We're going to take a brief timeout. We're going to show you how we got here, and on the other side of this, we'll throw things off. Hey, it's Matt Ryan from the 3-on-1 podcast. If you're not tired of hearing me, Corey, and Rob talk every single week on the games of the week, then you should listen to the 3-on-1 podcast every Friday on your favorite podcast feed, A7FL.TV, and the A7FL YouTube channel. The 3-on-1 podcast. You probably have better things to do, but let's be serious. (14-7) is your score. I'm Matt. That's Corey. That's Rob. And we are looking at number 8 of the U. That's Dion McDaniel.
And he had a pretty good return last half. Let's see what he can do to start off this second.
And we have a 3-on-1 throw-off, and we have people returning to the field from our position. They were watching the halftime show, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, past the 40-yard line.
It amazes me how fast Trey Cohen could go from right here, giving me a pound, to on the field, making a tackle.
It seems like as the ball was in the air,
he was already on the field. Like, it's insane.
93 yards of total offense for the U so far today.
Well, after that dominant performance from their offensive line on the initial drive, it's really been the BIC answering the bell and playing up to the level that we expect, and a lot of the uncertainty in what style the U wanted to go forward with. As you see, they go right back to committing. Kareem Moon's in, Willie Mayweather's playing running back, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the best blockers in the entire league in front of both of those guys who can make some damage happen on the ground.
But can they do this for a full 30 minutes? We'll find out as the second half starts now in the A7FL division round. The handoff, and immediately met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back on the run. Burton in on the tackle alongside number 2.
And Fly Guy asked a pretty good question. Where's Joel? Where's Easy? Where's DeMar? Those wide receivers are not doing anything besides Pat. I don't see any other wide receivers besides Pat.
Well, and who is the U as a roster? They're 4 offensive line guys that are blocking, like 6 or 7 running backs, and we're going to cycle guys in. So Pat and Dakari Mims are top-level wide receivers. That's not the issue. But it's plays like what we just saw from Ole Bell, who gets in the penetration and stops him on first down.
A handoff on 2nd and 8. They'll cut to the sideline. They'll get the first down and more. They'll cross. And it'll be a first down.
There's abuse going on at the point of attack by number 76.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying live and die by the run.
Yes.
Why? Because a run like that, the last one they got, 2 yards maybe if they get lucky?
And the reason they did is because Ole got the quick penetration.
Right, but what happened just now?
Abuse.
A big burst. It's going to happen. Give the same way you're saying let them quarterbacks get their time. Let these running linemen get their motion going.
And the more the defense has to honor that run blocking,
right,
the more wide open Pat and Dot Boss are going to be on the play action.
13:20 left to play. 1st and 10. Ball on the 40. Moon will hand it off again, and there's another opening, and that's a huge run by Easterling.
Mayweather knows what he's doing. This is what he does. They go for the ground and pound. I know it chews clock, pause. I know it chews clock, but hey, that's how you control the game. You're at a disadvantage now because you went away from this being afraid to chew the clock up.
And
why?
What you see is Deshaun Johnson was on the point of attack to the right side, and because he was there, because of how dominant he's been in this game, the BIC defense over-pursues, over-commits, which opens up the cutback for the running back to slice it in the middle and get a great gain of 6 on first down, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Start paying attention to those defensive linemen's chests after a few run plays.
And there's SJ wearing the Lux jersey. They're just trying to confuse everybody here.
Jones set up to the left. Moon will hand it off. And immediately met, but he pushes through the line, cuts down the sideline, and Kason Campbell will finally bring him down inside the 5-yard line.
And when you honor the pass that can go off of those heavy runs, guess what? You don't have enough guys in the box to stop the run, and you see the explosion there once the seal was made. Great run from SJ. Great play from the U. This is the formula they've been looking to do.
So how do you forget about what got you there the entire second quarter?
Absolutely. And all I'm saying is that when we were talking about it, their second drive, they get the offsides. They were 1st and 15. They go right to a design pass play. They go out of themselves, and they're behind the sticks. Take a look at that block by Dot.
Sealed up.
That's just a better run from
better
running back.
Snags.
Ooh, great tackle.
Quickly.
Tomeno with the great tackle.
The rookie Tomeno with the stop, and Snags giving him a dap there. Got him good. It'll be 3rd down.
Not so many people are going to make that tackle head up. Take a look at this block by Dot. He washes down Ole as well. K-Wack gets in there, but this is not flagged, so he misses. And there it is. SJ's just running it down. That's it. But, of course, Kason Campbell, for, again, Defensive Player of the Year, maybe, he chases it down.
And it will be 2nd down. Emotions all over the place in the chat and in the booth.
Now, you got to watch. Whenever Marcus McKinney's doing something, watch him.
Yeah.
In motion, the handoff, that's to Jones. Jones will cut to the outside.
And he gets that.
And they will call it in. Touchdown,
Marcus
Patterson.
McKinney with the lead block. SJ just did what he normally does.
And when you got a guy that's one of the best running backs in this league history, in Marcus McKinney, hard body, and he commits to getting in front, being the pull guy for the run, and he explodes into the defender, pause. That's how you get great run plays. And now This extra point from the 5, the
So, are you
one-pointer
yeah, I was about to ask
for
you.
the tie,
I was
huge.
about to ask you, Corey, are you going for 1 or 2 here?
I'm going for 1, and if I have Moon in, what I'm doing is play action one side, roll him out to his other side. You get maybe a one-on-one where he's going to beat the defender in a run, or you give him the ability to pass to an open receiver. That's what I'm calling.
This
But
is a game, ladies.
what do I know?
A lot, actually.
Some would consider you an expert at this game.
Some
they
would.
said you're this league's Tony Romo.
Yeah, no chips.
Going for 1, and here
It is,
comes
it
the
is.
immediate pressure. Moon
Wow.
will throw it. Call tie
Championship
game.
points, man. Tie game.
How do you leave
Come
Dakari
on.
Mims that wide open?
That's
it's
for you,
likely
Corey.
because when you have that is for me. It's likely because when you have Kareem Moon at the quarterback position, you got to honor to run first. Well, guess what? He's ready to pass it when the guy's wide open. Tie ball game. Don't go anywhere. Ashanti Worthy next.
(14-14) your score. It's the divisional round, and it's feeling like a championship game. The last two teams to hold the A7FL championship since
Right here.
2019. The last 3 A7FL champions are
looking
in
at
this game, and one of them
It's in the booth.
And you look at teams that exist. These are some of the only teams in existence that have done that.
And I want to chip with both.
And you don't show up to play teams like the Renegades.
Nope. The rich get richer.
What is that? That is
a
not
ball
okay.
that is out of play.
It was not a
It's-
punt.
It was not far enough. It was
a
not
punt.
straight enough.
And Trey Cohen now gets to run unimpeded from the 25.
Well, sorry for the false advertisement before the break promising Ashanti Worthy, but this is nobody's second string. Trey Cohen, he's here to make a play. Come on,
And
young man,
if
make
you-
a play. Gotta make a play. Shout out to LG Smith. Just comfortably nodding off somewhere in the distance.
Comfortably.
Very.
Trey Cohen looking to do 4 backflips, a front flip, and a side sow. And here comes the run from the 25. Cohen will get to the 50 without breaking a sweat. He'll get past one defender, and he will be trapped at the 48.
All right, guys. All right.
There's a
Oh
lot.
my
Wow.
God. What?
Pause.
Whoa. Hey, yo.
Tyron Brown,
The Honey Badger
one of
has
2 25s.
And you know,
yo.
in nature, honey badgers are known to do that to water buffalo. They go streit for the
So
the
what?
worst
Trey
places to
Cohen
go.
is a water buffalo now?
I
Hey.
mean, you got to bring a guy down.
Listen,
You got to bring a guy down.
hashtag A-yo. That's insane. That's insane.
I don't even want to see the replay on this.
Hold
because
on.
it's
Where does
just
it come
not
from?
okay.
Where is it? Get over it.
That's also not. Oh my goodness!
What?
Honey badgers are going straight for the kill.
Bro, no way. No way that's on camera, bro. 4K. Nah.
Speaking of courage,
Courage. Maz, excuse me, sir.
And Courage will get the first down and run out of play at the 40.
Yo.
At that point, I just had to let you guys rock until the play
Yeah,
started.
I'm sorry. That
I
was
just think
that's a
we just
jumbo
allow that
AO,
to be
man.
what it is, and then we move on with our lives.
Yeah,
but
let's just
we
leave
can't
that alone.
unsee what was just seen.
Tyron Brown
Hurry up,
going into
offense from
proctological
BIC.
services, and there's the
Let's-
handoff to Courage. Courage will change direction and brought that
Ooh.
at the line of scrimmage.
Aote. Speaking of Aote is a heavy guy to be falling on you like that. If I see that as a GIF, I won't be surprised. You know that, right?
I don't want to see it again.
Me neither.
My eyes will never unsee
Take a look
it.
at this run. Unhand me, sir. That's not enough.
Listen, if you're
Good
going to bring
block.
down courage in this game, you have to use all of your shoulder, 125% of your arms, and a perfect form tackle. It's not going to work. Second and 10.
They call it the cops.
Yeah, I'm really trying to ignore this, but if you
Oh,
look
God.
on the chat on YouTube,
Oh my God.
congratulations.
My eyes are red and
Second
watery.
and 10.
Call it the cops.
Worthy. At the
Courage
bottom of the
Mozzie wide
screen,
open.
and that's
of
the
Q
throw to
Bell.
Bell.
Q Bell.
Bell changing directions past one defender.
Oh, he still
me.
follows his friend.
Stop it, Kenny Prelude.
Oh my goodness.
And a first down for the BIC. They are driving and they are thriving. They don't feel down. They
goodness.
feel in the mix. First down.
And when your attention is on courage and then they put Q Bell at tight end, you get lost sometimes. You get lost. And when he's the one who get lost, great job from Aote to try to make the tackle, but that's not a man you could bring down. And here's the hurry up again.
First and 10. The U started the half with the ball. They got the first score of the half.
The battle of styles is awesome because what you're seeing is a ball control offense where they're dominating the offensive line of scrimmage and going run. And then BIC is going, hurry up. Skill position players are better than yours. Let's see what we can do.
And we'll see Campbell get to the top of the screen, Worthy in the slot. Codrington set up to the left
Nibs
of
and
Courage.
Nibs and Ashanti. That's a matchup I'm looking forward to.
Rob is
Snap,
still
and
trying
there's
to
the
recover.
handoff to Courage. Courage will bounce to the outside. He'll stay upright.
Great tackle by
After
Kenny Prelude.
108, Kenny Prelude going hunting.
Well, sometimes you just got to take one for the team, and when there's a train coming at you and you go under the tracks, Rob is done.
The special violence unit out here for Q Bell.
Oh my goodness, the special violence.
Just pushing off there.
Yeah,
stay with it.
Mariska Hardigay just got a text based on that 3-on-1 return.
And it will be second and 6 after the gain of 4. Bell at tight end. Umar Lewis set up to the right of Codrington.
And here's Olivia Benson walking into our booth right now to discuss that 3-on-1.
Chong Chong.
Chong Chong, yes.
I didn't know training.
I hope we're not gonna
oil
get fined.
checked.
If Ashanti Worthy is covered like that, you got to go seam up
The
top.
snap, and Codrington in trouble. Evades the defender. Evades again.
Uh-oh.
Codrington on his bicycle down the sideline.
Huss.
Cuts through.
Excuse me.
Sterry Codrington
He d-
gets pushed in. And
They
it will
don't
call
call
him
it.
down
They
at
don't
the
call
1.
it. That is a valiant effort, man.
That was a great block on the sideline, and Sterry is the kind of athlete that he can tiptoe with that amazing speed. But if not for the block on the sideline, he's not turning that into a 1st and goal. Great run from Sterry Codrington, and that's why they go with that offense. That's why they leave guys unblocked. Because once he breaks contain, as I'm trying to keep this on the rails, you go up the rail of the sideline, and here it is.
First, now how does it feel? And Codrington here saying that to the U defense.
Speed kills, but also great blocking kills. And
Great
look
block.
at Umar Butter Lewis sealing the edge, and Sterry Codrington, not enough. Let's go for the touchdown.
Excuse me, sir.
Just tried to get there, though.
Reminds me of a similar play in the first matchup where Sterry Codrington had the chance to slice in and get a touchdown.
That's why-
Fumbles.
and that's-
probably the difference in the game. And you see here,
That's why Sterry Codrington's an Offensive Player of the Year candidate. They called that play back for some reason.
Oh, wow.
they're still upset about the 3-on-1.
It'll be 2nd and 12 after the unknown penalty. Codrington, 6:55 to snap. Will await some
pressure.
call to throw. That's caught. And now Henry Sir gets to the 25.
Air Jamaica cleans up the mess, but that's pretty good offense if you're going to just execute there on 2nd and 12, a nice 6, 7, 8-yard gain. It's going to be tough to stop this offense if Sterry Codrington's on target.
Sterry and BIC are in a stride right now, and they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon.
3rd and 6. Same with the chat. Opportunity now for Campbell at the top of your screen, Worthy at the bottom.
See, the mistake you
Umar
guys are
Lewis
making
to
is
the
you're
left.
still reading it.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
But shout out to everybody, a record audience on A7FL.TV today. Let's keep it going. We got one more game here on the main feed. Codrington snaps, throws.
Ooh.
And there's a flag.
There's a flag.
And Kel says he's got him strapped up, but, sometimes strapping up a little bit too much is a holding call. And that's an automatic 1st down for BIC if the call stands, and it looks like it does. Another high throw over the middle of the field from Sterry Codrington, and when you have the types of receivers that he is literally throwing to play in and play out, it's not a bad move. It led to a touchdown with Kason Campbell. But that one was just a little bit too high for Ashanti Worthy, and they're kind of bailed out there as Kells climbs Ashanti's back to try to get the swat. Here's the replay. Look at the blocking. Don't step back. You got to step into that. Yep.
Oh, that's not a call.
Nah,
That's not a call. That's not a call.
I mean, hey, when your name is Hollywood, you sometimes get the star call.
That's a bad call. He's definitely strapped.
1st and 10. Your score's 14-14. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Big Rob Fabian and Corey
And with the
Hammond.
football that we have on the field, let's focus in on what's between the lines and not what's between other things.
And we see Jalen Kroom set up in the slot.
And between the 2 wide receivers that you have in the bottom, I'm throwing it to Ashanti Worthy, and I'm calling it a day.
The snap, and
Courage with
Codrington
the
with
block, Courage with the
time.
block. There he
is, look at
Great
him.
offensive line play by Courage Mosey, but he gives up the goat, sets it up again.
He's on
Codrington
his
will just
bicycle.
go. He cuts to the
Huss.
sideline. Codrington cuts into the 15, and he's brought down, and it'll be second.
There's you-on-you crime there as SJ takes out Dakari Mims. Hopefully he gets right back up. But that's what Terry Codrington
Player
can
injured
do
on the
when the
field.
plate. Yeah, hopefully he can get up. That's Dakari Mims. But when you can contain as a quarterback, even with the pressure in his face, the U have gotten pressure whenever they've kind of really committed to it. Some of the time, Sterry's been sacked. In the second half, not as many sacks, despite what we might read on the chat. But this is exactly where the BIC wanted to be, and what, too much? And based on the last offensive drive for the U got exactly what they wanted on offense. So as
But my
There's a
question,
lot going
my
on.
question is, does the U stay with that?
I think they
Do
have to. That's their
continue the
identity, and
grinding?
why wouldn't you? Because even if you don't stay
Spite.
with running the ball every play, you stay with the same look, and then you take advantage of BIC having to overcommit, and you go play action over
But
the
a
top.
lot of people are wondering in the chat and wondering on a7fl.tv if Moon's arm, I've seen a few comments about it, I've heard some questions about it. Does Moon's arm hold up and create those situations? Do you bring Croslin in with that
You
set?
have to bring
But
Crosby
what
in with that
the,
set.
the main benefit
You
of
haven't
having
even
Moon
tried
in
it.
there, but the main benefit, well, you did when you had 2 minutes, and then you missed the one play, which was a great
but
throw.
it wasn't in that running set.
But when you leave Moon in, one of the things you're doing is you're giving the run look, which then, what we're saying is, hey, put the passing quarterback in. When you have the running quarterback in, it opens up.
The same. I don't
I'm not saying
But-
that,
but
but I
here-
bet
here's the-
bet you the BIC plays it a little differently when their throwing
But we
quarterback
don't.
comes
We don't
in.
know. We don't know. We literally haven't seen it. Cox runs a 4.9.
No, he does not.
2nd and 5, the handoff, Courage met by that
He still
by
won't
that
go
new
down. He
defense.
still won't go down.
When was the last time you actually seen Courage tackled? Because he either goes
It's
out of
been a while.
bounds or he's stopped. I very rarely ever see someone bring that man to the ground, but a great play from the U either way, and I'll bring up third.
It'll be 3rd and 10. They lost 5 on that play after the penalty.
Now pay attention to how much time was removed off the clock after the U had the ball. We're almost done with the third quarter.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
14-14.
Well, and that's-
if you limit the times that BIC has the ball, you control the game. Run the rock.
And you also control their rhythm. The more
Right.
plays that they run, the better they are in rhythm, the more on time they'll be. And when it's 3rd and 10, they have 2 downs to go because there's no kicking. But this is exactly where you want it to be.
On 3rd and 10, the throw tipped, and that will be incomplete.
Oh, that would have been
That is a
very bad.
catch because that in route was wide open. The middle of the field wasn't there, and when we've seen the spy from that 4th defender on the U, this time they send the delayed blitz and it gets home by tipping it, bringing up 4th down. And it's interesting, they go hurry up.
4th and 10, 3:09 left to play in the 3rd. Will they force the U to call another
Shanti-Worthy, the
timeout?
out is all wide open. Look at the way Kenny Prelude's playing that. If Q Bell can get Kels Gallimore out of there with the clear out, Ashanti Worthy in the slot on a 10-yard out is wide open.
The snap. Codrington will step up and throw to the end zone. Worthy caught. Touchdown, BIC!
Touchdown.
And they don't go with the out, they go with the corner, but it's still the same concept. You leave that much field for Ashanti Worthy to break and get in front. He's not going to drop 2 touchdown passes,
At
especially
all.
in the second half.
Not at all.
And when the score was tied, they go to their best player on 4th down, and that's why BIC are defending champs and not just one of these teams that brag about being number 1 in the regular
And you
season.
called it, even though it wasn't the out, but you called it the whole time. Kels is under it. Kenny's over top. They got to play that way better than that.
And they're going to challenge this play, or are we going to get a 1-point conversion from the 5? You saw, and it's 4th down, so they don't get
It'll
another
be-
shot at it.
They will not challenge. It will be a 1-point attempt.
Wow, and this
All
is gonna
scoring
be
plays are
it.
challenged. Caught into the hands on a Goodrich. Out of reach.
His head's ball, but also his gloves. Not enough traction to make that catch. Chocolate Thunder or not. Incomplete. That might be huge. It was there for him. BIC not able to convert. Now their lead's only 6, but the U will see if they go back to the run or if they throw Carlos Croslin in to throw. This is the A7FL, and this is a great touchdown throw to Ashanti Worthy.
20-14 your score. I'm Matt Ryan, drawn by Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. And this game will be marked by many things.
Especially that what we just saw.
What we just saw.
And it's great to cleanse the palate after the last 3-on-1 we had to get just great football play.
Sterry
tiptoe in there.
Codrington was in the pocket. That's just coming into me.
I'm going to be mad.
For 3.47 seconds per play on that drive.
That's not too bad. That's great.
That's pretty great.
And that one will be caught at the 15-yard line.
Sadiq Pitts.
Sadiq Pitts runs through a defender. And it'll be 1st and 10. That was Cohen getting lit up.
And Cohen has taken abuse, and you look at the size of a guy, and he's playing in this league, full contact, no pads. Well, what you can't see is the heart inside of his chest. It doesn't matter if he gets, thrown down by Deion McDaniel or trucked by Sadiq Pitts. He's made the plays on both of those plays, and that's the kind of player you get from Trey Cohen. This is not a good situation to find yourself in with the type of player that Sadiq Pitts is, but that's just a great form tackle in our league. And 35-yard line, not great field position for the U, but to no surprise, pretty big offensive set from Patterson.
Nearing the 2-minute mark, they'll load up with the big boys. On the front line, it's thick boy season here in the A7FL. Kareem Moon will send his running back, number 20, Willie Easterling, to his right.
After this play, I'll confirm it for you guys. Okay, Moon.
Cuts to the sideline. Moon will huss his way to the 42, and it will be 2nd down.
And just to confirm for you guys, in the A7FL, you only need 1 foot in and possession of the ball. That is it. Once that foot is in and you have possession, it's GG's.
We are waiting on a score from Baltimore. Seems to be 15-13, some are saying.
Shout out to the Watchmen. Hashtag watch this. Hashtag no way to watch this. Hashtag maybe you should have took the trip. And they love me, by the way.
No, they don't. And you still have to play them next season. You are nuts.
Are you reporting live on this air that I haven't retired?
No, you have not retired.
The snap, the handoff bounces off the defender.
He can't get past Abby.
And he gets driven to the outside, and that
And
carried
doesn't hit the ground. Former teammates, Olay and Mayweather, going right to each other. That's great.
On the first drive of this game, Olay was literally taking off the field, escorted by 76 Deshaun Johnson as if he was making a fool of himself in a club. Since the first quarter, in that moment in which obviously Olay, you look at the size of Olay Bell, he's 5'10", 215 compared to a guy who's 6'4", probably 340. He changed the way that he approached the defensive spot, and now he's getting that penetration and making all the plays that he was missing in the first.
21-13 is the score in Baltimore. A flag on the play.
We had a conversation, Rob, about a certain catch non-catch in which we were talking directly to Moon. You think Moon has something to say about that one?
He'll never have something to say about that.
I think what's missing from that photo is that the other leg touches the right leg touches immediately before that left leg goes down. That's after the right leg goes down in that photo, in my opinion.
Listen, nobody challenges it. It's not my job to challenge it.
If the refs decide after the play is done, after any, and another play goes in, and it's 6 in the books, what you can't do is later on say that that's the difference in the game, because right now
the problem
the
is
U did what they needed to do after the touchdown.
Indeed,
is they stopped the 1-point conversion, and all they need to do is score 6 points and get the extra point to take the lead.
That's ridiculous.
It's a 1-score game here in Jersey. It's a 1-score game in Baltimore. Kareem Moon will take off. Kareem Moon will be met by the BIC defense, and he'll be stopped around the 47.
That'll be close, but it looks like he does get enough. And when they go with an obvious pass-looking set, they still go with the quarterback draw.
But it's a situation where
it'll be 1st and 10.
It's a situation where if you're missing a holding call on the center on the touchdown and a bad call on a touchdown, that's tough. I don't know which one is which.
Oh, absolutely,
it's a
tough.
touchdown.
But
it's
guess
still
what?
A touchdown.
You definitely have to rise to the occasion and beat every opponent, including the ops, if they are wearing zebra jerseys.
Including the refs.
3 quarters down, 15 minutes left to decide this one.
You're welcome, A7FL family.
Very
you are
eerie
welcome.
scores. 21-13 in Baltimore and 20-14 here.
Will this be the biggest game of the season And will this be the game that we walk out the same way we talked about the Watchmen and the Nightcrawlers last season, a year ago this weekend? Is this going to be the game that we talk about all off season? More than likely so. A lot of questions, a lot of concern, and showing why these two teams were in the championship the last 2 years before the realignment.
A lot can happen in the rest of these 15 minutes, and if what we've seen so far kind of stays true to form, that almost, with this situation, 20-14, and the way that the U is methodically controlling the ball but not really playing explosive offense, that almost benefits BIC based on what I see, because the BIC has shown that they can get the chunk yardage when they need to, almost at will at times.
They can play either offense with Sterry Codrington. The U can't do that with Carlos Crosland and Kareem Moon. It's and or. It's not and.
Well, what we've seen is in the fourth quarter, if you have any doubt on Kareem Moon, his attributes just went up to +10 because he's one of the most clutch players and clutch performers in this league. And the last time BIC thought that Kareem Moon wasn't the answer at quarterback, he ran in a game-winning touchdown as time expired.
And we got one more game at the top of the next hour at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. We'll be live on Fox 5.2. It'll be the Insomniacs and the OTT. We'll also be on A7FL.TV. Kareem Moon in trouble. He's being chased down by the BIC defense. Caught! And he collapses in the... was brought down. Ski Johnson on the reception, and it will be second down.
Well, that's a good completion, especially if Moon's going to shift out of the heavy look into a pass look. You have to complete the pass if you're going to do that. And what he's able to do is run around, give himself some time, and now they're going hurry up.
Well, we see the pressure here. They're just not able to seal that gap.
Miller Brothers taking a little bit of a play off there after some great blocking in the run game.
They got beat. Nobody wants to pass block. We talked about this.
And it was a false start on the offense while we were in the replay, so they will move back. And it'll be second.
That's what you can't do in a championship-level game is beat yourself.
And there have been some costly penalties for the U so far today. Any penalty you get in the playoffs is costly, and we saw games last year where teams were getting almost 127 yards on penalties deep into the playoffs, and those are make or break. The snap on 2nd and 8, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage.
And it's Ole again. Ole's probably the best player in this league based on statistics and reputation that hasn't won a championship. He and his brother Q Bell, they joined this BIC with one goal. They are doing it. Rob said it. I was just alluding to it. But you saw on the first drive of the game,
they're contributing.
The smaller defensive end was not able to hang with the offensive linemen that were just bullying him. Right here, you see his speed. No one goes to block him, and he's able to take advantage of the poor scheme maybe by the U.
It's bad blocking.
It's terrible blocking. I mean, nobody even tried.
And him and his brother are contributing something vicious to this team, so it'll be well earned if and when they win a chip.
3rd and 8, the motion. Ferrardi, and there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it'll be on the offense. Another potential false start on the U. And that offensive line has gotten a little the deeper we go into this game, guys, the clunkier
it's actually on the defense.
Oh, it's on the defense.
That's free yards.
Oh, wow.
Surprised they didn't let that play finish. I guess he jumped the line.
Yeah, he must have been in the neutral zone.
Neutral zone. 20-14 your score. Matt Ryan bombing alongside Corey Hammond and Big Rob Fabian.
Oh, you're doing great.
Oh, you're a sweetie. I may not run a 4-9, but I do love calling this game in motion. A handoff. No, Moon will keep it. They'll run that play back, and Moon will get the first down and more. Kareem Moon to the sideline, to the 30-yard line. Almost gets stripped and brought down by Verardi at the 29.
That's another name I realize we haven't been saying a lot of. Is Alex Verardi. I mean,
not even this whole season, really.
Yeah,
he's been hurt for a majority of the season.
Yeah, but we're also
and you can see him there. He is limping. He will hop off.
Yeah, it's those second season laws, man. It's not the same. First year, it's different. Second season,
it's the U with the hurry up here.
1st and 10. They will shrink the offense. 3 on the line. You see Colburn in the slot, 1 wide receiver at the top of your screen. Running back set to the left. The handoff and immediately met at the line, and that's brought down. That was Marcus McKinney, hard body on the rush.
K-Wack and Ole Bell
Yeah, and somebody either missed the block or maybe that's Moon has to pull that and keep it himself. But after the first down run, he was basically just trusting that his running back, hard body, long-time U running back, one of the longest tenured players in our league currently, just wasn't able to break that first tackle. 2 guys on you, especially the ilk that had him, brings up 2nd and long.
2nd and 11. Brought down behind the line.
Tons of time left for both of these teams.
Snap
Free
in
rusher Damar,
trouble.
miss.
Cuts through to the sideline.
Oh.
Moon cuts through, Huffs for first down, and he will come out of play inside the 10.
And Moon's making that Moon magic happen. He might not have that 6th gear, but he's showing 3, 4, and 5.
Well, he's got enough when you whiff that first tackle, and then he absolutely hustles somebody into another world.
If you are the Tampa Nightcrawlers and you're watching this game right now, what are you thinking?
Stop dancing. We got to play honest football against a team like this.
If I'm the Nightcrawlers after what I did today, I'm watching this game, I'm not impressed.
The Colonial boys
Yeah, I'm not,
hitting them with that 76, and the handoff stopped at the line and brought down.
Well, one thing I did not see from the Nightcrawlers, and maybe it was unfair based on the level of competition and the level of commitment that they put into it, is that if they face a game plan like the U has put forward, where we're talking about 4 guys that are close to 3 Bills putting hands on other men in a very violent way, I don't know if that style is exactly the game that the Nightcrawlers are prepared for, but I will say this, based on the athletic performance that we've seen from their skill players down in Florida, as explosive as BIC can be, it looks like, based on at least the competition that we've seen them play against, that Nightcrawlers team may be either as, or blasphemy, more explosive.
The handoff, no, and immediately Moon met by the defense, cuts to the sideline,
block.
great block, and brought down at the 10.
How did Moon get out of that? Because
he
Ole
saw
Bell
it.
knew exactly what that play was, diagnosed it immediately. Go ahead, tell me.
When Moon pulled it in his peripheral, he saw the door close.
That was Miles Morales'
He
spider sense right
said,
there.
no, and he took that hesitation step and took it right back up there, and his guy made a phenomenal block to keep him going.
And we have seen so far today 2 potential A7FL championship teams in the Nightcrawlers and the Chaos might be coming out. 21-19, Baltimore in the lead. 21-19.
Wait, hold on. 21-19?
I believe that was just what was fed to me.
And what
21-19.
quarter is it?
And who's winning?
Baltimore's winning 21-19.
Championship points, man.
We are waiting on an update on what quarter it is in. Technical difficulties preluding from Ike Johnson and RTU calling the
and
action.
it's Carlos Carlson coming in at quarterback. It's
On
3rd and
and
6.
The handoff, and that will cut to the outside, and they will get back near the line of scrimmage, gain maybe 2, and it'll be 4th down.
I like that move because sometimes the chess match on offense is look a certain way, execute a play that looks different. So when they bring in the passing quarterback and they hand it off to Hardbody nice and easy, it's almost as if the BIC outthought themselves and said, hey, the quarterback's in that throws, let's watch for the throw. But it'll bring up 4th and 2, easily manageable based on what we've seen from this offense. But when you put it a one-play situation, BIC has more than enough to stop them here. And with 8 minutes left in the clock, guys, this is one of the most jam pressure-packed plays of the game, and we'll see what they go with here.
With 9 minutes left in Baltimore, it's 21-19.
Wow, we don't know who has the ball, right?
We don't know who has the ball as of now.
And we don't know, and you're going to hate me even more, Rob, if Huff is able to take the lead, who is the quarterback that you put in for the Watchmen with the chance to take the lead?
I want to ask, who cares? At this point, I don't know what. Listen, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to tell you who I spoke to. The reason why people felt like the Animals were going to win in Baltimore is because the Baltimore guys didn't leave Baltimore. When they come here, they are more intense. They feel the wind. They feel the energy. They feel it here. At home, they're relaxed. Oh, it's the Animals. The U beat them. BIC beat them. Of course, we'll beat them. But you've never had to deal with Huff in that capacity.
What a day for Carnell Wachter.
This is
Mama Wachter's probably very happy right now. 4 tackles on the day, 2 sacks.
You better.
Got to show up for his mama.
And K-Wax, one of those guys that his presence is felt all game, and he has taken it upon himself to be an offensive lineman, to be an elite level blocker in this league at times. Yeah. But what I will say is that regardless of the full game stats, K-Wack always shows up once, twice, 3 times in those crucial moments. Week in, week out, year in, year out. That's the kind of player he is. And on 4th and 2, if you leave him unblocked or think he's not going to be the guy that beats you, be careful.
K-Wack owes, though. I definitely needed to see K-Wack perform like this. It's been a
on
while
4th
since
and
he's
2,
been
you go
able to.
Pablo here, quarterback.
No, and
Tons of pressure.
Empty backfield. Watch hard body at the bottom of your screen, the snap.
He's gonna find
Pressure, thrown,
Wow.
caught, touchdown, tie
Too
game.
easy. Wow. This game is dangerously close.
Yeah, and that slant pass was dangerously thrown in there, and it's just a great needle thread there. Kason Campbell almost swats it away, but Takari Mims focuses on the ball. Carlos Crosland puts the ball where it needs to be.
So now,
and that's
here
how
are
you
the
execute
points.
offense.
Here are the points that I tell you guys are more important
Look at
than
this.
anything
Off
in the
his back
world.
foot, not a lot of
3
space.
people in his face.
It
Kason
looked like
Campbell
Burton
goes for
got
the
a
tip.
hand on it, too.
Look like it, but now it's the championship points. They go for 1, they go for 2. They need this score to take the lead.
And no disrespect to Moon, but Carlos Crosland has the strength in his arm to zip that slant in there. Moon, not that he can't make the play in a different way, but I don't know if he completes that pass in the exact same way. And right now, the championship point is either going to lead to this game staying tied or the Patterson U taking the lead in what cost them maybe the championship last season.
My goodness, I cannot believe it's coming down to this close of a game.
I know you say that, but you absolutely do.
No,
You absolutely
I mean,
knew that this was going to be that
I knew it
type
was
of
gonna be a
performance.
great game.
We know what we're talking about, Rob.
Yeah,
we don't
do.
say that
We
the
do.
team's going to be a 30-point blowout and ends up being the best game of the Vegas so far.
Snap and pressure, throw, caught.
Dot ball, of course. Was that 2?
Of course.
Did they go for 2 or 1?
That was 1.
Okay.
That was 1, but
That was
really
smart.
at the end of the day it
That
doesn't
was
matter
smart,
because
doesn't it?
now the U has the lead and their defense just has to make probably 3, maybe 4 stops.
That's not an easy task.
Not at all against this BIC team, but with
We'll
it
find
21
out.
to 20, when we come back, you might just get some Ashanti Worthy. A7FL. We love it.
(21-20) your score. Under 8 minutes remain here in the fourth quarter. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. There you see Mark Keith Williamson, the dot boss. He is the reason why there's a crooked number next to that 2, making it 21-20.
Man, oh man.
And now Kason Campbell, a man who's gone viral for his 3-on-1 throw-offs, will get the ball and must return this one. It's got to go past the 35-yard line. It's got to go past the 35 yards in the air, past the 25-yard line, and it must stay inbounds. And it will be on a voracious Patterson U special teams led by Kels Gallimore. And they will throw this one. And that will bounce inside the 10. Campbell will get
Well
it.
secured.
Campbell gets on his bicycle. He gets for one defender and is tripped up and brought down. And it's the Honey Badger,
Yeah, we know
Tyron
what you,
Brown.
Yeah, I'd have been scared
and
to run
he's
the ball
got
gets
that.
him.
Yeah,
so.
he's got that energy, and when he's that
Yeah.
close, you got to immediately eject the play and run to the sideline as fast as possible to avoid
Get up out of
what
there.
happened on that last 3-on-1. But hey, that's a strategy, and so far, it's worked.
He has been like a speculum, just completely separating the defender from the
He
end
goes
zone.
for the wrap and everything.
And he runs up real quick, and
You ain't
Kason
checking
Campbell
mine.
was not sure what was about to
You
happen.
see where Kason's hand went to
I
protect
know
himself?
exactly where his hand went to.
Get away from me, young man.
7-17 and counting here.
And both of these teams are showing that they have that championship medal. They've both been tested here early and often on offense, on defense, on special teams.
Now-
This is exactly what you signed up for coming
But
into
we
this
know-
game.
We know who BIC is. They can score quick here. We know that, right? Does that hurt them or help them here?
I think it helps and it
Really?
hurts because what you do is if you think about it too much and you don't take the easy score, then you come out of it. Here's the jet sweep to Umar Butter-Lewis,
Lewis
Ooh,
gets
and he
tripped up by his
stopped.
own teammate, and
He
he stopped at the line of
stopped.
scrimmage.
and they
A quick
haven't.
score is a problem for me, and I'll tell you why a quick score is a problem. 6 minutes, 37 seconds. BIC can score in the next 30.
Yep.
Giving the U an entire 6 minutes to walk the ball down, which they've been able to do, and you know you can do. Or you take those championship minutes, walk the ball down, and give the U the least amount of time that you
But
can
it's
possibly
one of
give
those
them.
huge conundrums, Rob, because do you go with what worked as BIC and go with the hurry up, or do you worry about the clock and worry about what you can do?
it's a lot
I
to
think what
worry
you have
about
to do
right
is
here.
just execute offense and get the first downs and points.
Snap,
pressure's
Codrington
on,
in
pressure's on.
trouble. Codrington
Oh my, that
fakes
is
the
a
defender and brought
big
down.
sack. Wow. Burton. Wow.
And if Burton is going to be unblocked in the middle of the field, the rest of the offensive line has to get the other guys. And when you saw Sterry put his arms up, basically asking everybody, like, what is in front of me? He has to either get rid of the ball, find somebody and get it out of there. You can't take the sack on second down, bringing up third and forever, especially with all of the momentum on the U's side
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is dangerous, man.
That is the second time Codrington's been sacked. Well, the second time Burton sacked him to throw off the screen to Courage.
And there
Courage
he
gets
is.
through one
There he
defender,
is.
gets through the other.
Oh,
Pulls up
whoa.
to Worthy. Worthy keeps running. Worthy brought
Ooh.
down into 39, and the BIC matriculating on 3rd and 28.
It's just like they drew it up. First down.
First of all, everyone watching at home,
Third and
no.
128.
No, you are not going to do that. Don't try that. Chaos, you better not be watching that and do that in the Ohio fourth quarter. I mean the Final Four. This is just Courage knowing exactly how to play A7 ball. Nobody knows how to tackle this man in the open field. And when he's about to go down, here's more yards, buddy.
That is not a forward lateral. That's
No,
a
it is
lateral
not.
back.
That's
Definitely
smart
back.
because it worked. But since you guys don't know how to do that at home, do not copy one of the greatest players in our league's history.
They're asking
They're
Sterry-
challenging the backwards lateral.
That's not
Well,
a good challenge.
does any part of his body touch the ground before the ball's out? We'll see
Well, let's
here.
check.
Snags, good luck tackling Courage. You're a great. Oh, that's Kenny
definitely
Prelude, by the way.
Prelude.
And is he
And-
down?
Oh, no.
No.
If his
He's not
wrist
down.
is down, it's down, but his
Is-
wrist is the only thing that's close, and it did not look down to
and
me.
it looks like they would have gotten the first down either way. It's good. It's a confirm
good,
that
yeah.
you
Kind of a waste of a
that
challenge.
you lose a timeout.
Yeah, that's kind of foolish.
Especially if it wasn't going to matter anyway.
That
Just
was
mad.
I've never
That's
seen
a
that.
you
I've
play
never
if
seen
it-
someone
if
say
there ever was a you
that
play.
was mad rugby. I've never seen that before in my
And
life.
let's see this. And we'll see how Burton got that sack. We'll line it up in just a second here.
I mean, the chat wants Sterry to stop asking or looking for the refs for
Me too.
everything. I can understand that.
Well, that time he wasn't asking for the refs
Watch
at that
Burton.
point.
Just he's
This is the
this is the play.
This is the play.
And when you have a
Looking at it from a
check down
different
option as dangerous as
Mims
Courage
gets him
Mosey,
here. Oh,
yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely not down.
That's behind him.
They're lucky that they tackled Ashanti Worthy.
Hey Rick, if you think so, tell them to come out and try. That would be great.
I love the rugby guys. They always want to come out here until they realize that football is a skill that's learned, and it's earned. And rugby is a tough sport. Great job, Burton.
3 tackles, 2 sacks on the day.
Burton's going crazy too.
Cracking through the offensive line any way he can. It's 21-19 in Baltimore. It's 21-20 here.
And let's just congratulate Rob this entire game, not mentioning J-Rock's head once.
And you have to go and say it.
Of course I did. We had a little bit of a lull. 1st and 10 for BIC after a great play from Courage Mosey and Sterry Codrington and Ashanti Worthy, who's getting the ball this play.
Codrington,
Keep up,
the
keep up.
snap.
Keep up.
In trouble, there's Jairus Rogers. Codrington skates past him. Delicate as lace, hard as lightning. Sterry Codrington will get to the 50 to 45.
Oh!
And it's out of play.
Whoa. Whoa.
Got a little too close to the sun. Icarus on gossamer wings.
Sweat off the forehead. That was scary.
And that's why they call him Scary Terry.
That was scary, bro.
But they'll run the hurry up here. The clock will continue to run. The only time the
minutes.
clock stops.
Yeah, and the hurry up with what Rob talked about is crazy because the only benefit is what you see there, that the U isn't ready if you hurry up, and if you catch them off balance, then that's better. Here's the pass to Courage, right? Yep.
And just a great play there.
And a great shot of Burton.
The
And his
timeout
facial
called by the
expression.
Patterson U. And if I'm correct, that's their second timeout. They only have 1 left because if that was a
That's tough.
challenge,
That's tough.
if they,
That's why that challenge was
Yeah, they're
foolish.
really going all in that they're going to have to get the ball back and churn the clock out with one more drive.
that timeout
If
was
you're and you see Rashad Knight there leading the team, you know, he's not necessarily one of those guys when you think of the Patterson U that jumps out to you, but he's a coach He's a very veteran player and one of the only players that has won a championship that wasn't on these two rosters. A former immortal and a champion, as you see, Shanti Worthy and Sterry Codrington figuring out how to break down Kels Gallimore, who's on coverage on him, playing and play out this
And
game.
I have us update live from Baltimore right now, 27-19, and I'm guessing that's
Starting
the
to pull away.
Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen saying watch
Codrington
this even though they're not visible.
On the day, 14 to 23, 248 yards. He's rushed for 73 yards. He's rushing like just around 9.7 yards per rush.
And he's
or
really
10.3 yards per rush, pardon me.
And he's really only taking it when he has to. This is the type of play that you really hate because as a defense, you do your job. And other than get the ball when he fumbles it, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Codrington. Rolls
Ayote.
out, he's in trouble,
Oh,
stays
and he
upright.
lets him go.
Codrington
get the
has
ball
to
out.
get rid of the
He
ball.
has to
Brought
go.
down at the 40.
That's one of the dumbest plays in his entire career, and he would agree with me when I say that. Because if you look at the flag here, I'm not sure what the penalty's on, but as soon as you make Ayote miss, you got to make an attempt either to throw the ball back to the line of scrimmage so you avoid losing 30, 40 yards.
It won't
Or-
stay there.
Well, yeah, we'll see what this call is.
Seems like
Did
we
the
will.
U defense bail out Sterry Codrington on what looked to me like a 40-yard loss?
So I can confirm that the Watchmen are now leading 27-19. They just scored that 27. I'm hearing it's a great game. They are definitely in the fourth quarter. I don't have the time just yet.
Shout-outs to Keith Salmons, who knows all the goings-on, except for why the Watchmen don't want their games televised. Look at how open Kason Campbell is there right on time.
Defensive holding is the call.
Oh, that's nasty.
The U are going to be very upset after this game because
and
if
it's under 2
BIC walks
minutes.
out, they're going to talk about that Ashanti Worthy catch, and they're going to be wah, wah, wah. And they're going to talk about that call because there wasn't even an attempt made to throw the ball. So to call the holding when there was no throw, it is the rule, and you got to play by the rules. And that's maybe why Sterry didn't throw it. But to bail out Sterry on the negative 40-yard sack, and now it's 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line. Wow, what a huge change for these two teams. Let's see if the U can bounce back.
3:50 remain here in the fourth quarter. 1 point lead for the U, who only have one timeout and a 2-minute warning to help them stem the tide. The throw by Codrington, caught by Worthy.
guess what?
Ashanti Worthy
Bye-bye.
with the lead when it counts.
And what we will call that is the Brothers in Christ prayer, because when Sterry Codrington throws off of his back foot, the ball is sailing in the middle of the field. Ashanti Worthy adjusts to the ball, comes back to it, and that's why he's so open. He was covered on the initial route, but when Sterry trusts a guy that much, as there's some level of justification here, look at how poor this ball is thrown to anyone other than Ashanti Worthy.
That's a great
Off your
rush.
back foot,
That's a great rush.
great coverage on both of those guys.
He mistimed it.
And guess who adjusted to the ball soon enough? It was Ashanti Worthy. And when you need a big-time play in a big-time game, you go straight to Hollywood.
And it is 26-21. And it looks like the BIC will go for 2 here. The championship points.
Now, this is going to be huge because if they don't get it, all the U has to do is score a touchdown and they win. If they do get the 2-point conversion, that forces the U to convert.
A whole lot of trust in that throw, Trevor Narlock. You couldn't have said it better myself. A whole lot of trust in that throw.
But it's a great throw because when you have Ashanti Worthy, he's going to make that play 7 out of 10 times. And even though that could have been picked off,
Yeah,
it
don't-
was
don't-
a touchdown.
that's some
Snap,
heavy
Codrington. He'll roll out. He
Pressure.
tries to
Oh,
avoid.
yikes.
Oh, no. Dot Boss is
Yikes.
down. Oh, that player's down.
That's Ryan Shamar.
Ryan Shamar.
That's a great play to stop him from
And
getting
they
in.
stop him, but a
Craig
player
Pitts.
is down.
Yikes.
That is
Yeah, Corey,
not
I'm
what
gonna
you
call
want to
out.
see. Timeout, official timeout, a player down on the field.
Yeah, I'm calling you out on that, Corey. I have to.
That was Rashad.
You know that, right?
What, that it was a good throw because
Sean
it was a
Knight.
bad throw?
You can't say, yeah. You're the quarterback.
I'll ask you this much. I'll ask you this question, guys.
Go ahead.
How many touchdown throws to Ashanti Worthy would you say that aren't that great a throw to other guys?
He's gotten the ball
No.
3 times today.
With 2
twice.
touchdowns.
and 73 yards.
Offensive player of the year.
And when it counted, Ashante Worthy got the ball, and he got into the end zone for the second time today.
Well, we talk about awards and this and that. I'm going to make up one. MIP, most important player, because whenever BIC needs a guy to make a play, whether it's easy, hard, 3-on-1, reception,
Oh, no.
it's Ashanti Worthy.
Don't distract the folks by giving us another hot take.
What?
You said that duck throw was a good throw, Corey. I'm not going to let you go.
I said it was a good throw, even though I said it was a bad throw, too. I said it was a good throw because who he was throwing the ball to.
It doesn't
Because if
matter
you're
who
throwing the
he
ball
threw.
up to Ashanti
Bro,
Worthy, it's better than
Mims-
taking a sack,
Mims
and it's better than
mistimed
throwing it
that.
out of bounds.
That's a mistimed interception from Mims.
Oh, it could have been an interception.
That's
Absolutely.
a terrible throw.
But guess what?
Ashanti's a bailout.
26-21 your score, untimed down. That ball will bounce in for Dion McDaniel. McDaniel on the untimed down. He is met at the 26, and he will only get a yard past what he would have gotten on a dead ball.
DeMar goes for the strip there. Smart play, but credit to McDaniel for holding on to it. But this, hey,
3
look,
minutes,
3:35.
35 seconds.
This is exactly what the U want. All
you
they have
got.
to do is execute their entire season's game plan.
Can I pull a card out of your hat?
Sure.
Can I be
Go
Corey for a
for it.
second? What quarterback do you put in here?
Oh, you
for the
put in the
last
running
3 minutes
quarterback.
and 35
You put in the
seconds?
running quarterback.
I'm going Carlos Crosley.
Really?
That's
I'm
what I
going
would do because
Carlos.
I would throw the ball if I was calling
I'm
plays.
with you.
But with 3.5 minutes,
I got to go Carlos here, man.
one timeout and a 2-minute warning.
But what we've seen in this game is that, no disrespect to Carlos Carlson, who at times has looked to be an elite level thrower of the football. You ask anybody on that U sideline who they want with 3 minutes left in the game, with the ball in their hands to make decisions, and most of them are likely going to say that it's Kareem Moon. And I think I would agree.
1st and 10. 3:03 left to play. Moon
Magic.
will run. He throws it.
Dot
That's
Boss,
to Dot
of
Boss,
course.
and he will get to the sideline. And that will get them inside the 40.
So nice, easy
So it's looking
chunk
like
yardage on first down.
very reliable guys are going to get their name called this drive because this is the drive. There is
As it
nothing
should
after
be.
this.
As it should be.
This is the drive. After this drive, we know who moves on. Can we agree?
I think so.
Yeah, this is it.
Unless BIC pulls a Nightcrawlers a year later and starts
Oh, no.
dancing.
It starts dancing.
Pablo's out there
Croslin. they
at
might-
wide receiver.
Could they try a Maryland
Now,
special?
this is what I don't like,
could
is
give-
that you put the quarterback in, not do what he's comfortable with, and do something else.
Snap
wide
and
receiver.
pressure.
Uh-oh.
Moon rolls out to his right. Moon will get on his bicycle. He will get pushed out. It'll be, they call him out. They're trying to call him out around the 35 and some consternation.
Yeah, you see John Columbia there pointing directly to the spot where he felt as a non-referee.
That's
They
the
did
2-minute
trust him. He
warning.
was correct there.
2-minute warning. 1 timeout left for the Patterson U. But now they have the weapon of running the ball to the outside.
Right.
They can stop the ball. The clock stops on incompletion, so this will be a very long 2 minutes for
Right.
the BIC defense if they don't get stops here.
And you talk about reliable names and trust, and there's number 21, Hardbody, out there for the U in a do-or-die moment. Look for him to maybe come in motion and get the jet.
3 on the line. The BIC look to send 4. The snap, and now Moon will run it.
He's taking
Moon
off.
will keep it, and he will go
Oh,
right down the
wow.
sideline. He will get the first down, and clock will stop. He will run out at the 44.
And that's just too easy. If Moon's the quarterback, then you got to force him to throw the ball. Because the worst case scenario for BIC's defense is they allow Moon a lane to take advantage of, make the quick decision, and do what he's most comfortable doing. If you force him to stay in the pocket and throw a perfect pass to somebody, that's probably your best chance to catch him in a position that he's not comfortable,
This game's going to be decided by championship points, bro.
as it should be.
This game's going to be decided by championship
And look,
points.
was this not the exact score in the game earlier this year in which Kareem Moon was the quarterback
26
with a chance to with one final drive?
It was 26-20. The championship game was 32-30. With 1:55 left, Kareem Moon in BIC territory gets the ball 1st and 10. He has 3 wide receivers.
They gotta
set up
cover
at the
Dot
top of the
Boss.
screen. The screen to Coburn. Coburn will
Oh,
keep
my.
it, and he will get
Goes
dragged out of bounds at the 36. No, they'll mark him at the 35.
And even though this seems like it's the passing offense, it's still easy chunk yardage. Let's take what the defense gives us. Let's play under control. The U is basically just converted that run-heavy type of, strategy into the under 2-minute type of strategy. You see there, they go with the quick screen. They get the yardage that they need for the first. They get out of bounds. They keep the chains moving. They keep the clock still, and they keep themselves within striking distance of getting this win and heading to next round.
2nd and 3. Coburn set up. Fakes the screen, does Moon. Pressure, Moon will get on his bicycle. He will get the first down.
Oh, my goodness,
and
he
runs
escapes.
out at the 25.
Wow,
We could talk about gears. I don't know
wow.
what gear that is, but it's enough in clutch
It's
moments
it's 5.5.
for Diane Son to get the first down, as
But
he
the
always
U
should.
doing the BIC a favor, though, stopping the clock, and with 2 timeouts and Sterry Codrington behind center, if the BIC get the ball back here, it's still anybody's game.
We have a Baltimore update. The Watchmen win, and they advance.
The
We can
Baltimore
confirm
Watchmen will be back here in 2 weeks' time.
Listen, watch this, even though you couldn't, but they do get the job done, and that's all that matters. But I'll say this, Matt, when you say that they give them time, they're also giving themselves time when it gets into the tighter situations inside the 20, inside the 10. That opens up the ability to go with that big offensive line and
Why am
just
I
pound it
nervous?
in.
Why am I
Pause.
nervous?
2nd and 3.
It's just that negative, that nervous energy, Rob. You're not nervous. You know that this is going to be great football, and you're going to call it awesome.
I'm excited.
27-19 is the final in Baltimore. Here comes the pressure. Moon in trouble. Throws it to the sideline. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Smart play. It wasn't there. He needed to do the right thing. Not what we saw Sterry Codring do in a similar situation. But it's not a bad play to make sure you avoid the sack and stop the clock. It's 3rd and 3. And this is exactly what we expected in this game. 2 of the Titans of not only this season, but the entire league's history. Toe-to-toe, style for style, punch for punch. And with 138, this is exactly what you want watching A7FL football. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
And no kicking here. Right now, if this was the NFL, if this was the XFL,
the game would
the
be over.
USFL,
They would just
game would be over.
Yep, they would just run it out, kick it, take the win with a soccer player, and kickers are barely people.
Well, it's not,
Yikes.
let's not go that far.
I mean,
That's
they're not
too
in
far.
our league, but I get it.
Shout out Olindo Mare on 3rd down to throw to the sideline and complete.
Now, the comment where they're saying this is not a defining
it'll be 3rd
drive
down.
is insane. Because if the BIC stopped them here, that's game. How is this not a defining drive? This is a statement for the U. They trust their defense. This is a defining drive for their offense. They need to score here.
This is the
This is
defining
the
drive
game.
of the game.
What is...
Because on the other side of the
Sounds
ball,
good.
when BIC has the ball and the U player are playing defense, we really got what we expected.
Right.
Some flash plays from the U defense, some sacks here, some great plays here. But Ashanti Worthy has the 2 touchdown catches when it matters, 1 on 4th down, another in the 4th quarter. And now on this side of the ball, it's Moon looking to get the exact same revenge that he was able to get week 3. It's BIC's defense looking for revenge on earlier this season, and it's Dot Boss raising his hand, and hopefully BIC knows to cover him
Dwan
on
is
3rd
covering
and 10.
him. Dwan is covering
3rd and 10. The snap. Pressure. Moon brought down.
And
They
K-Wack,
second.
why
There's
you
Ferrari.
do that?
4th down, and do the BIC call timeout here.
No, you can't. You got to let it rock
You have
because
to let it rock.
all of the pressure is on the U right now, and after a great play from K-Wack, but a just as good of a play from the obviously hurting Alex Verardi, who we have not mentioned his name once in the last time these 2 teams played in the postseason. We couldn't stop saying how big of an impact he had
Yeah,
on the
man,
game.
it's been a lot
and it's
slower.
been a
He's been
long
injury
season
prone.
for Verardi, but on
Right.
3rd and must get the quarterback down because you see.
Stop here. Cool case way. It's 50 seconds
And a
and
flag
counting.
on
Yikes.
the play.
Yikes.
And the fans are going
And
nuts.
it's against
BIC
the
better
U.
not start dancing. Don't pull it. Don't pull a 2002 night crawl.
Is that a
2022
flag
night
or a
call.
timeout?
It's a flag.
Oh, my goodness.
And we see the
That could have been intentional, though.
K-Wack just coming
Yeah,
right
that's
on
That's
through.
all K-Wack,
But
man.
Verardi wrapping up and finishing at the second level.
Respectfully, K-Wack runs into Verardi, and that's why he
Well,
gets knocked off.
Verardi finishes the play.
They
but
waved
K-Wack
off the
is-
flag. The flag has been waved off.
Awesome.
So it's timeout. So there's K-Wack, just like we said just like his mama was on receipts, in a crucial time in the game, you saw K-Wack take it up a notch, get off the block, and make a sack on a guy. Let's be
K-Wack
fair.
has been balling
Moon
today.
has made K-Wack in his career look silly, missing those plays. That time, he's exactly where he needs to be. And on 4th and 10,
goodness.
one of the worst situations for a quarterback to do is come
Yikes.
off cold. 4th and 10, must win. Let's see the kind of
If he
stones
converts
that
this,
Carlos
Fourth.
Crosland has.
4th in a dynasty for the Patterson U.
Don't hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen.
Strap in. Crosland behind center. Rolls
K-Wack
out to his
again.
right. K-Wack forcing him
Oh,
to
he's
move.
on his bicycle.
He gets him.
He gets
First
the
down.
First down.
And he's
but
still
they try
going.
to keep him in bounds, and he's brought
Wow.
out at the 7-yard line.
Wow.
Crosland keeps it alive.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. The atmosphere is shifting. There's a lot going on right now. First down.
First down.
39
first down and
seconds
goal.
left.
No, not enough time left if the U decides to go bully ball and try to punch it in.
Hey, cool
but
case
just
way.
as interesting, there's no timeouts for the U, so if they do decide to go with that tactic and try to punch it in, if BIC is able to stop maybe one, maybe maximum of 2 run plays, this is game over because the clock will be running.
But they have 2 timeouts. They have 2 timeouts remaining. A record audience here on A7FL.tv.
Ooh,
If
big
your
game.
mama love football, if your daddy love football, if your aunt, cousins, it doesn't matter.
This
Send
is
them
it,
this link.
guys.
We are
This
live
is it,
right now.
guys.
First and goal. Moon back under center. Sending 4 of the BIC, the snap, the handoff inside, set to the outside.
dragging him, he's
and they try
dragging.
to keep him in bounds, and they will stop him in bounds.
And that's
And that's a
huge.
great tackle. That is a
30
phenomenal
seconds left,
tackle.
no timeouts, and
Phenomenal tackles.
trying to get the flag here.
Oh, that's a smart play from Ole.
But the
going
clock
with a little
continuing to
delay.
run, though.
Flop. Wow, it's getting real.
And Marcus McKinney was fighting for his life, not to get into
Flag
the end
on the
zone
play.
because that was pretty much K's at that point. But he was fighting as hard as he could to get out of bounds because depending on what is adjudicated here, there could be runoffs, there could be penalties on certain teams which make it go one way or another.
There are a lot of weird
Second
comments
and
that
goal,
I don't
24
I
seconds. I don't
understand.
care about anybody in the
Certain
chat at this
comments,
point.
certain things,
Keep
but-
your eyes glued in the middle.
Wait. Game would have never been close if he played the whole game. I don't understand
Nah,
if everybody's
it's-
watching the same
they're not.
football. You get what I'm saying? Like that's hard to ignore. Are you watching the same football?
the don't do the 2 quarterback system guy Corey Hammond will say
Yeah,
that
he's
the
not
U
even
have
saying
pretty
that.
much
Come on
played
now.
the game exactly where they needed to be
This is
exactly the
perfect for them.
position they want to be in. And depending on what this call here is going to be, the exact situation both of these teams find themselves in. You could not have asked for a better game, drive, and last minute of football.
No.
You're welcome, A7. As
is-
always with BIC and the U.
It's as expected.
You're welcome.
It's expected.
No
Honestly.
flag. No flag.
My goodness.
No flag, but it's going to be interesting on how, because there's been a lot of time since the time was supposed to keep running. How are they going to adjudicate that? This actually benefits, even though Ole was going for that delay. Oh, I'm on top of the ball.
Oh, we're back,
Here's the
we're back.
clock.
Hold on, we're
24.
back, we're
It's
back.
rolling.
Clock
shut
has
up.
to start running again.
Matt, mute me.
24 seconds. The clock will run.
Oh,
There
my
he is.
goodness.
There they are.
Brought down.
Wait,
so
did
close.
he cross? Did he cross? We don't
It's
know.
so close.
Wait.
It's third
Hurry
down.
up.
It's
Tick,
third down.
Tick.
13
Oh,
seconds left.
My God.
Both
10.
of these team seasons
9,
rely on this
8,
play. Who's it going to
7,
be?
6,
The snap.
5.
He gets there. Is he in? He's stopped behind the line at the Trenton BIC.
What are they going to call
survive?
it? We
Do
don't
they
care what
give
the
it
team
to him?
says. We care what the zebras say.
Wait for the refs, guys. Wait for the refs.
It comes down to
Touchdown! Oh my God! Oh my God!
And guys, that was so close. There's still some conversation left to be had.
Oh my goodness!
I even need to get the ruling whether if it's a touchdown, if there's the untimed
Oh, my
3-on-1
goodness.
opportunity for Ashanti Worthy and co.
Cool case
You
way.
could not
I told you.
script this.
No, you could not.
We go back to the start where we
Oh
were
my God,
11
bro.
months ago. The
What?
very same spot, the very same moment, the very
God.
same game. It comes down to a goal line and 1 point. And he is down.
It's got to be indisputable.
Oh, he's down.
And it
He's
doesn't look
down
like he
inside the
crossed
line.
But
Hold
did
on.
either of you see enough?
Wait, no, I didn't see enough yet. Wait, they have to have another angle. Hold on.
If they
I
do,
think
it's going
down.
to be of the BIC defense.
I think he's down. I think he's down.
I think he's down too.
I think he's
But
down.
is it indisputable that he's down? What, Ryan Shamar?
Hold on.
We are on the
Whoa,
air
we're
right
still
now.
trying
We
to
are
figure
on
it
the
out.
air right now. We
It
are
doesn't-
trying to get a call here.
We're trying to get a
We
call.
have no power in what is going on. We are literally watching what you guys are watching.
I got GMs in here
I
talking
have-
to us.
Oh,
I got
my
MVPs
goodness.
I
in here
have
talking to us.
television
I have a ref
networks
looking at
calling
me,
me 'cause
shaking
we have a
his head
TV game. We
right
have a game
over
at the
here.
top
Look,
of
he's
the
shaking
hour.
your head
Look
because he don't
down.
know.
He looked down. He looked down.
Listen,
he looked down
He
on the
looked
replay.
down. It looked like he didn't cross the line. It looked like they
he looked
fought.
down.
And if they earned it because of how much they wanted it at that end,
Can they run
and
it back?
convinced the ref,
They
This
gotta
then
run
is
that's
it back.
just as much.
chaos.
This
It
is
feels like
madness.
election night. It feels like we're trying to crown a
Facts.
president. And I have a
Facts.
TV network calling me right now for our 7 o'clock game.
Oh, my
and I
goodness.
am powerless right
we
now.
have to get
Answer
another
the phone
replay.
and tell them that this is really important.
It's not
we gotta
enough
figure this
evidence
out.
to overturn the call.
All right, let's say we saw the replay. We saw exactly what it looked like. In my opinion, I saw close to enough evidence to say that he's down. But is it indisputable? Because the call on the field was a touchdown, and
I gotta
to take
find
it
out.
away
I gotta
from
go
him,
find out.
you do what you got to do, man. You're
I'm Matt Ryan. This is Corey Hammond. Right now, you see on your screen is 27-26. And we are... Danielle Leverett says, I got a headache too.
yeah. Well, listen. We're all fighting through it.
The
but
anxiety is high right now. Okay.
Rob, breaking news. Ba-da-dam.
The U is up. It is a touchdown. There's 2 seconds left on the clock. There's going to be a try right now.
Oh.
There's going to be a try
And a
for
3-on-1.
a conversion and a 3-on-1,
And a
then the
play.
2
Oh,
seconds
you
left.
have
This is
that-
crazy.
And get us on Fox.
This is
Let's
crazy.
start with this.
This is crazy.
Get us on Fox because you guys are going to get a taste of some of the craziest
What?
football
And you know
we
what?
have ever
I
seen.
feel like this is the best way to do it because you can't take
2
away the
seconds
U's
left.
touchdown. You can't take away their touchdown
my
based on
goodness.
not indisputable evidence. You can't take it away.
I need people to not call me while I'm on
The phone is
television.
going
Big
crazy
Mo.
right now. The
Big
phone's
Mo,
going crazy
seriously?
right now. You cannot see the ball on the replay. It's very once he crossed the plane, it looked like he was in because the ball was in his right hand. Even on the replay, when you go back and watch this, you'll actually notice K-Wack pulling him towards him.
And all of this happened in the last 3:35.
Oh yeah, the last 2 minutes in A7 are probably the craziest 2 minutes you'll ever see in your
in
life.
a game like this.
In a
yeah.
game like this, yeah.
Well, and you look at the poll.
We have to get the teams back. So we're going to take a brief. I'd say we take a brief timeout, but I
need a shower.
I need a
Oh, yeah,
I need a nap. I need a
cold
drink.
I'm sweating like I'm playing.
I don't run ever. I'm sweating more than I play when I play.
This is insane. So the refs are not making a bad call. From what they saw the push. Kareem Moon's body was over the line. Therefore, in their conclusion, the ball was over the line, which is a safe conclusion.
I think that they got sold by the U guys jumping up and down. It is what it is.
No, when
the
you look at the
call on the
replay,
field,
man,
but that's what I'm saying.
Corey,
the
you
call
gotta
on the
see
field
it,
is
man.
what matters because the replay
gotta
is
see it.
so close. It
Gotta
doesn't
see
matter.
it.
Whatever the refs called on the field in the play was what they're going to have to go with because there's absolutely no way that there's anything conclusive about that.
Oh, there's nothing
that
conclusive about it.
review
But
other
the
than
call
it was
made.
that close. These two teams, the difference between them is literally 3 to 4 inches. Pause if you want to have issue with that.
No, there's no. Listen, no time for pause today.
Not after
Listen,
this.
Not after this.
And we had some crazy things go on in this game that distracted us a little bit from football. This is absolutely 100% the best football that you could ever imagine having in the spring.
My son is calling me right now. Probably. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Family,
I don't know.
loved ones. It's just not the time to talk to you guys. We need to help our viewers at home.
Big Mo-
A record viewership on
Big Mo is
A7FL.TV,
asking me if I saw a different
YouTube.
angle. There's only been the one angle, and that's probably what's destroying everything in that sense. There's only the one angle, and
if
because
there
of
was
that
another-
angle,
yeah.
That's what
But
makes
it's
the
also-
call what it is.
But it's also a quarterback sneak, so any other angle that we would have just got a bunch of guys pushing each other, looking like rugby, which, by the
There's
way,
only
rugby
one
fans,
shot that
boring
would've
sport.
worked.
You would
There's-
never have this.
There's only one shot that would have worked. It would have been on the goal line shot. That's it.
And I believe we are on the air. We are on the air on Fox 5.2. If you are joining us expecting the Insomniacs and Over the Top, we are going to get that to you.
Hold up.
But
Real
what
quick.
happened was the greatest game in A7FL history happened, then it ended, and then honestly, it got back on again because of a controversial run by Kareem Moon that gave the U a 1-point lead.
Let's set the stage for those at home and for those who had to run back and come back to watch this game again.
And the Vegas fans who are now joining us.
26-21 is the score. Clock is ticking down to within 5, 4, 3. Quarterback sneak is called at the 1-yard line, and the play is whistled dead when the quarterback, Kareem Moon, an all-time legend in this league, is down so close to the goal line, neither the refs nor either team really knew what the outcome of that play was, and that since this call was ruled a touchdown on the field, the 6 points is awarded. Right now it sits 27-26. The U in the lead, excuse me. But guess what? With 2 seconds left in regulation time,
And
BIC has the opportunity for a 3-on-1
Wait for it.
return.
The 3-on-1 is.
and one
Wait, let
offensive
them
play.
know. Let them know.
And they have two
The-
timeouts.
Remember,
And they have two
the
timeouts.
Timeouts don't matter with 2
3-on-1
seconds.
is not timed.
It's an untimed down.
It's an untimed
It's
down.
an opportunity
So he can
for
get- so-
Ashanti Worthy, the greatest
Do
returner
you
maybe in
put
our league's
Ashanti
history.
out there? Do you put Trey? Do you put Kason?
No,
Do
no.
you-
It's either Kason or
Kason or
Ashanti.
Ashanti. And Matt Riddick's not here. It's Kason or Ashanti. No one else. No one else.
You dream of games like this, and we're gonna. And since you just joined us here on Fox 5.2, and if you're joining us on DAZN or A7FL.TV, we're getting players back on the field.
Take a look.
But we're seeing this from a camera shot. This is
You
from
tell
our
me,
replay
fans.
computer.
The ball's in his right hand. He's in the air right now.
You tell me,
And
fans,
look, he's
is
in
that
the air.
touchdown or not?
His shoulders down inside the line. His shoulders down inside the line.
It looks as if K-Wack pulls him in.
But listen, there's a 6th round, but it's also like
And here
first
it is
to
again.
connect
Just
with
take a
the punch.
look.
And he gets.
Pay attention to K-Wack. K-Wack's in the end zone, and like he pulls him in. It looks like K-Wack pulls him into the end zone, unfortunately, by trying to get the ball out. Think about what I'm saying. K-Wack is trying to get the ball out. You know that's what he does.
Yep.
So if he's pulling him in and K-Wack's in the end zone, where's the ball? If this young man takes this, I'm telling you right now,
If he takes
I
that
haven't
greatest
done
play
it.
in the history of
Listen
the
to what I'm
league.
saying. I haven't done it all year. If he takes this 3-on-1 back, I'm leaving the booth. I'm running out.
Run.
No, I'm not going to run. My ankles hurt. But I'm leaving the booth. All right. This is I might not even huss.
To keep the ball.
I might not even huss until replays, bro. I can't huss.
Here's
can't
the
huss.
thing.
Who
if you're
throws
the
it
U,
for the U?
Well, Carlos Carlson has the length. He has
But
the
you
arm.
need somebody that Snags has to be out there. Mims has to be out there because of the speed, and that's it. If you
just
they
gotta
gotta
tackle
him.
him. You just gotta tackle him.
Wow.
Really,
wow,
you just got to tackle
wow,
him. And imagine
wow,
if your job right now is to tackle Ashanti Worthy.
Wow.
How hard that job
Fly guy,
is
honey,
compared to how it
Honey
sounds.
Badger is not in, and he doesn't need them. Oh my. Okay, I'm quiet. I'm
Oh,
quiet.
boy.
I can't.
Here we go.
Yeah, Vegas is
Shante
missing the whole
Worthy.
Honey Badger thing.
On an untimed
Oh.
down. Deep ball that will be caught inside the 5. Worthy. Gets past the 25. Flag on the play. Whistle. Ooh. And that one will get them to the 45.
He's not down
Worthy
yet.
Gets to
Flag
the
on the play?
49.
We'll
It
see
looked
what
like
the
there was a
flag
flag
is.
thrown. Unsure
Because
if
they still have 2 seconds, and you have Sterry Codgerton, Ashanti Worthy, Kason Campbell, Courage Mozzie. The game's not over.
There was
2
some-
seconds.
there was
There's
a-
a flag. So Ashanti.
And you can see here
You could cut the tension with a knife.
just the type of
Chainsaw.
performance we've gotten.
Chainsaw.
delay of game on the U.
What?
Based on what?
So he gets the ball.
Delay a game on the
Does
U.
he throw it back from a further distance and it's a rethrow, or does he
It's a
start with
dead
the
It's
ball
a dead
run?
ball
That's
run.
terrible.
Oh, my God.
For the U.
Oh my God.
You can't beat yourself, and the only
You
thing.
can't script this.
And we talked about it. Rob mentioned it before. I was going to say it now. Let's just put into context. The reason that you see Ashanti Worthy looking labored is because he is fighting through an apparent injury.
But let's be clear about something. Ashanti is trying to score, but all he really needs is field position to put Sterry in a position to score. That's all he needs. So he needs as much yards as he can get.
It'll be
but
a
if he
runoff.
scores,
It's a dead ball runoff from the 25-yard
Lord have
line.
mercy. Matt, my heart's beating.
My eyeballs.
Mine
are,
isn't.
Are the back of my eyeballs.
Stopped.
I could never be in a game like this.
And here we go, Ashanti Worthy on the dead ball run. Looks to get past one defender. He does. Ashanti Worthy screaming down the sideline, brought out at the 35.
And that's great field position. Let's be clear. He did not fail here. The game's not over. This is it.
This is the
it.
deciding play of not only this game, not only likely, guys, the Northeast, based on how good both of these teams look right now, but maybe the entire championship, because both of these teams after this game have that championship level energy, have the rosters to boot. They've had the tough moment, and this is kind of that serendipitous moment for both of these teams. If they can overcome
Scripted.
you wish it was scripted.
If this
We
is what
are not
script-
good enough
hold on.
writers, anyone
If this
here,
is what
to have
scripted
scripted
feels
this.
like, that's phenomenal because I've never.
Welcome to pro wrestling,
I'm
baby girl.
sweating. How do you sweat during
BIC,
scripts?
take a timeout. They have one timeout left.
And Matt, I love you so much, but no disrespect to pro wrestling. They wish that they could get a storyline this intense,
Oh
this
my
real,
God.
Lord knows I would.
this authentic.
Ashanti Worthy, a legend in New Jersey high school lore.
Oh, for sure.
A
Does
guy
he
who
have
set
7,000
records.
yards in 2
Yeah,
seasons?
he has nasty records in New Jersey.
Disgusting.
A guy playing in a league with Dominique Rogers-Cromartie, D1 players. He is the brightest shining star, and that man in the huddle next to him, Sterry Codrington, is one of the best in this league.
And had by far his best statistical throwing season of his career. But guys, with the skill set that he has, if they play Hail Mary prevent coverage, do you or do you not, as Sterry Codrington, take off, make the
That's
defense
exactly
converge,
what I'm thinking.
make the defense converge, and then maybe throw it completely across the field on those lateral type of plays?
I'm looking to
Because
run it as
it's going
Sterry.
to be-
Wait, hold on. I'm looking to run it as Sterry. Look for courage. Nobody's tackling
Look
courage.
at K-Wax smiling. He knows something.
He
we
knows
don't.
something. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of field.
Will the defending
Kason
champions
Campbell is the seventh man standing on the sideline. Snags is from Baltimore. He can count.
Oh yeah, he's on it. But can Snags cover Kason? What?
Well, they're going prevent. They got tons of
Oh,
guys
they're
way
sending
down
Snags.
the field.
They're sending Snags after him.
And it's going to be Dot Boss and Charles Irvin. The rushers.
Oh my God, they're saying the U's going to get a pass interference. That's the script. That's the W script. Lord have mercy.
first and an eternity, first and a dynasty on the line.
Oh, no.
Flag.
That's not legal.
I can't breathe.
False start on the offense.
Wait,
They're
that's
declining.
it.
The
Yeah.
U will decline.
That would be it. If they decline it, that's it.
Oh, no.
Is that a runoff?
Is it a runoff? If the
Because
time
it wasn't
going?
running. It
Yeah,
wasn't running clock.
at
If
all.
it was a running clock, it's actually a 10-second runoff because the clock is stationary.
Ooh, I need you guys to understand that
Markai.
A7, listen.
Oh my goodness! If
Ace-
Markai
if
cost
Markai
the
cost the game, man.
He
look.
is being yeeted into a parking lot. You
J-Rock
can
involved somehow
feel
without a jersey
the
on.
anxiety. I am having an anxiety attack.
Yeah, I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to somebody. I need to have a conversation. I need oxygen. I need oxygen. I think everybody needs oxygen. Can we get sponsored by an oxygen provider? Is that a
There is
thing?
no timeout. The timeout was called after the 3-on-1. The flag was declined. Well, the flag sent them back to the 50. The BIC's entire season
Both of these
comes
teams.
down. We are counting down with 2 seconds left. First and 15, pardon me. Sterry Codrington with the year on his shoulders. Codrington will roll out. He will avoid the defender. Codrington with the block. Codrington avoids again. Codrington will roll out. He will drop back. Codrington
Oh my God.
avoids it.
Dot Boss is fighting for his
Codrington
life.
rolls. He throws.
Courage Mozzie.
That's caught
Yep.
by Courage. He
Courage.
stays in bounds. comes.
It's courage.
Courage.
Game on.
It's courage.
Tosses it back to
Ashanti
Ashanti
Worthy.
Worthy. Ashanti Worthy cuts through it.
And
he
that's
goes
game.
down. The
And that's
Patterson
game.
U
And
has
that's game.
corrected the record.
That's game.
You, Watchman, 2 weeks away.
Wow. And that's game.
Wow.
That's game.
And a great game and a great play.
That's
and that's
good.
Henrock, who could have missed the tackle, but he doesn't.
Henry
Seals the game for the
Smith.
U.
Wow.
I mean, there's not a lot of times that this booth is lost for words, but there's
I'm at a
nothing
loss,
to say.
Bro.
Shout-outs to the BIC on a great season. Shout-outs to Ashanti Worthy giving it all on both of those
Wow,
back-to-back plays.
What a game.
But shout-outs to the U for all of the doubt that we had every single week of the season when Huff left, when Buck left, when they started the season off and we were like, is this team even really that good? Well, guess what? They're in the Northeast Championship with one win separating themselves from Ohio, and they have to just get revenge on a team that beat them earlier this year with Snags and Carlos Carlson in their huddle and on their sideline. I cannot wait until next week.